up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Merry Christmas, Yuletide, Saturnalia, whatever it is, Hanukkah that you're celebrating at this winter solstice. We're having a good time. The days are going to start getting longer again. The risen sun has been reborn. And as we head into our salvation from the risen sun into the spring, by the equinox, we'll be feeling the effects even more. So I want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. We do have a glurf that is suffering from globe derangement syndrome and has decided, I guess, to run a live tonight, showing his disdain toward those of us that speak the truth on flat earth and Mandela effect. And so consequently, he has decided to target I almost feel funny saying that, Brian Stavely and myself. And Brian may just very well show up here later this evening. We'll see. Depending on what's going on. I came on a few minutes early to give everybody time to see what all's going on. Wait, what is this? Illumitomi's trying to say something right now? Yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to sound like. Okay. Yeah, we got it. Right on. So let's give a shout out to who we got over here in the chatterinios. Let's go over here in the main channel. We have Angela Baby Carson with us tonight, Austin Murphy, Brian S. Stavely with a dose of reality. You're in the spotlight tonight too, my friend. Chicago Cubby Bear, Damian G, Justin Johnson's with us. The Kung Fu Shaolin. We got Nikki Duncan, our pole, Sean Alkey, somewhere in time, swims with us. The Yellow Spider Guy, Thrashlift Smith, and boy, and more will be joining as we continue because, as you know, Sav is shadow banned and his notifications don't always go out. But word gets out because my little minions are out there sharing the broadcast, hitting that like and that subscribe and that share button. Absolutely. I know you are because I rely on you people. Let me put that information down there for y'all too. What the hell, right? So anyway, he's got this as his thing. He's Rage Monday 5 D-Day, Sav and Stavely, which, as you can see, that's us. That's us. Got a few people, including Luma Tommy. He's got 7 people now waiting. And I figured, what the hell? Come and watch his lunacy here, and where we can make witty and informative commentary on his shenanigans, rather than give him the view. He's after the clout, you know. What the hell? Why not? I can dig it. But you got to have a little bit of a message here too, Luma Tommy, and a message ain't gonna come from a fucking meth pipe. Okay? It's just not gonna happen like that. You can't do it. Let's see. I'll be insta-banned from chat. I'm not even gonna go into his chat. Well, I am in his chat right now. Inflaming yourselves with idols. What is this? Inflaming yourselves with idols under every green tree, slaying the children in the valleys under the cliffs of the rocks. I don't know. I'm not doing that. Shit, that sounds like some pretty hardcore shit to be doing. His thumbnail looks terrible. Yeah, it does. It's I guess he's trying to superimpose me on, I don't know. It's a meth thing, man. You wouldn't understand. So anyway, he should be getting along here shortly. It says that he's got 7 minutes, roughly 8 minutes before he goes on. And wanted to give people a little bit of time to, yeah, this dude actually does smoke loads of meth. And even if he were to stop, you wouldn't be able to tell, because I'll tell you something, man. There's something I've noticed about these guys, man. When they're in that shit, after, it's like, even if they get clean, they don't come back, man. They just don't come back. It's sad. It really is. And that's why I can't understand for the life of me how anybody could go, hey, there's something I want to fucking try. Yeah, give me some of that. I want to be twitchy and fucking erratic. That's what I'm after. That's the personality traits that I was missing, and I want those in my life. That must be the thinking that goes on. I really don't understand that, you know. And he caresses blue balls. He does. He got mad. He told Stavely and me he was going to hunt us down and kill us if we didn't come correct on the globe. That ain't no shit. A lot of people heard that. I think he claims he doesn't do it anymore, but I doubt it. Well, see, Nuthouse, that's what I'm saying. How in the world do you know? Like I've said, it seems like these are permanent effects on people. You know? It really does. They're jerky, erratic, twitchy. They start getting all ratchety, shall I say. Last December on Paul on Slave's panel, he recommended everyone smoke meth to get rich on the stock market like he did. If he's not rich on the stock market, he probably smoked it all up in meth if he did. Holy shit. Once again, I'm not arguing with you. I'm explaining why I'm right. Okay. We all know about claims. That's right. All right. Let me get over onto the other side here and see who's in that chat on Sav's place. Wait a second. Gotta go here. And it looks like I got Phoenix Nemesis is over here. Got Austin Murphy, Barry Ross, RPB 67, and Martino Berto. Inflaming yourselves with idols under every green tree, slaying the children in the... Yeah, okay, yeah. That was the one. That's who sent that one. See, I get all of them over here in the oh my Lord, there's Rasta Bear. You're going to have to behave yourself, Rasta Bear. You can't go on like 40-minute monologues and shit, okay? Hang on a second. You're not going to be able to be going on those 40-minute fucking monologues that lead nowhere. All right. Did you get your Christmas card yet?
How dare you? Yeah. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Sav. Merry Christmas, everybody in the chat. Nutmouth video. Thank you so much for my digital Christmas card this morning. It was one of the first things I saw when I woke up this morning was a Christmas greeting from Nutmouth video. came out with another one of their classics. Yeah, and that was quite the honor. That because I'm sure it took a remarkable amount of time to make that, put that together. So for them to be thinking about me for that long a period of time, that's really something special. So
it was I thought it was funny because it was showing all the times that what's his nuts was down there talking about his Christmas cards and he is gonna send them, then he isn't gonna send them, and all this other shit.
Well, no, I mean, I totally get it. I mean, he sends out a stack of the cards, and it is cool that he sends them out. I moved this last summer, but I did change my address, and I sent him a new one. But maybe it just didn't get logged. And, I know that Big Bear loves me, so it's all that matters.
Sure, he probably thinks about you often. What's happening, Matt?
What's up, Matt?
Hey, what's up, guys? Nice to meet you guys, man. First time jumping on here.
Right. And we're getting ready here in about another 3 or 4 minutes. Illuma Tommy's going to be going live, and he's doing a Rage Monday. This is his 5th in a series, I guess. D-Day. Yep, Rage Monday, D-Day for Savin Stavely. He's going to pull the hammer down on us right there and expose the real truth once and for all. I can't even fucking say that straight face, man. I'm sorry.
Somebody's got to do it.
God damn.
Ross the Bear, I just got to tell you, man, I love Owen too.
Right on. Yeah. I don't see how people.
I've tried to point out, Matt, is that you can watch a creator. You can listen to a commentator, and you don't have to be in their ass, right?
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's why I never got a bear name.
Right.
I mean, that's the same I feel about you. So that's
the whole thing. See, if you take it personally, if I say anything about your cult leader, you see, that's the indication that you're in a cult. If I say something critical of Owen Benjamin, you take it personally. See, that's the sign of being in a cult, right there.
I don't take it personally.
If I say something about Bhagwan Sheesh Rajneesh, the Bhagwanians are going to come at me because I fucking said something against their leader. See?
Yeah, I got his book right here, The Bhagwan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I knew some people that got. I know people that got fleeced by him, heavy duty.
Yeah. Well, like that's the thing. Like I get it. I really don't care either way. Like I just find it fascinating that people want to hate so much. Like I don't care. You can say whatever you want about Owen or anybody else. That's your God-given right to do. And it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I don't really care. I think it's.
Well, you got emotional. You were emotionally affected by it.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, it was visible. You were visibly emotionally.
It was visible that you were emotionally affected by me multiple times as well.
No, not by you. I wasn't. No, and you weren't really.
I think the emotional reaction, like from somebody who like kind of follows Owen, is just like he's just trying to set a good example. And when you try to call someone who's following him, like or not even following him, like we're not following him like he's like some kind of fucking leader. He's setting a good example.
Is he though? I mean,
I think he is. I mean,
I see about him.
He farms and he grows a lot of food and raises a lot of animals, and I think that's like
he denies reality. He absolutely denies.
How do you deny? Who denies reality? What are you talking about?
He doesn't deny his reality, though. I mean, he just says like the way to escape all this is to actually. I mean, yeah, maybe actually he does deny reality.
And that might not be a bad thing.
To say like, oh, fuck what you guys are trying to tell me what reality is. I'm just going to go over here and live on my farm, and I'm going to grow my own food and raise my own animals, and I'm not going to comply to your fucking system. Like, that's what I take out of Owen.
That's awesome.
That's what I take out of Owen.
Sure, I think that's awesome. But when you stick your head in the sand, when there's visibly things changing in your reality supernaturally, that there's something.
It might be in your reality, but it's not in everybody else's. I mean, that's where the Mandela effect thing.
I want to throw this out there. I don't deny Mandela.
I'm sorry, Rasta. Were my words getting in the way of your interrupting? Was what I was saying getting in the way of your interrupting? I apologize for that. Okay, so what I was saying is this: yeah, I can see that, but if you bury your head and stick it in the sand and you don't realize what's going on, and then furthermore want to go out and ridicule those that are pointing out that this shit is actually happening, and this is happening with everyone, Rasta. It's not just people. This is a reality change that is happening supernaturally, bro. Where's that music coming from?
It's not mine.
Yeah, it's not me.
It's not me.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's the beginning of
it is. It
is. The Tommy show.
It is.
Stepping in.
Tell me you want to touch me. Tell me what?
Got the beat going.
Here
we go.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah, was that Stephen Molyneux?
Show me that monkey you got there.
Here.
What's the monkey?
This is the
Then
monkey.
the Tommy. Gonna show Sav what's up.
Say hi to the monkey. The monkey likes you.
Really
Yeah. No, he doesn't bite as long as you're nice to him.
Copy my colors, man.
No, he won't bite you. No, I want you to pet the monkey now.
Is it like that?
Yeah.
Oh, right there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa, this is fun.
I have something else I want you to do for me. Whip me, change me. Whip me, change me. Whip me, change me. Whip me, change me. Let me be your immortal slave and whip me.
We'll let him get his thing started. What do you mean strike for unwanted restreaming? That's not even a thing.
So
That's not even a thing.
I just went to see the new Willy Wonka movie with my daughter just a little bit ago, and it was quite good. It was probably the best Willy Wonka out of the whole Willy Wonka series.
No, you can't say that.
It was good. I tell you, I enjoyed it, and
the best Willy Wonka was the original, man. Fucking Gene.
It was wild because they just the Color Purple movie came out this morning too. Like I don't know much about it, but I know that there was a lot of the Color Black people there watching it, and which I guess it's like more their I don't know, their type of movie or whatnot. But yeah, I've never seen it. I'll have to check it out. The Color Purple. My friend said it was like a musical.
Yeah, I've never had no desire to even see the original one. I hate Oprah Winfrey with a fucking passion to begin with. So.
Wait,
is
you
Oprah
talking about the original what?
The Color Purple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know anything about that.
But I'll tell you what,
I just know about Willy Wonka.
Yeah, the original.
I just know about Willy Wonka. Man, I love Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it was.
The original with Gene Wilder, I think, is the best. They turned it too dark when they did the Johnny Depp thing. That was like a fucking scary movie. That was the original Willy Wonka was it was funny. It was funny. It was a good story, but it still was a little dark. I mean, kids drowning in a fucking pool of chocolate and shit like that's not really.
It was a little dark, but I mean, I think all those kids survived. But man, when they got Johnny Depp in there with like the black like cracks between his teeth and like he looked like a demon.
Yeah. This guy's got like the longest. I thought Stavely had the longest fucking intro on the internet, and I think the Lumatommy's got you beat. This guy's still playing that horrible music.
Shout out to Ray up in the chat.
So I won't put you all through
Late Night Live has a little bit of a long intro too, but it's a good one. Got the puppets on there.
So we're live right now on 3 places, so that's cool. We got 71 people watching. I keep checking to see if his stupid music is over yet or not. There he goes.
If anybody heard the story of that song getting played on an elementary trip to a Charlie Lee karate tournament in a minivan dad situation, that was that song. Let's drop a jam for our roasties specifically.
Oh, he's not.
And
gonna
we'll
play
drop
more
the
music.
intro, and we'll see what people time flow is on at that point. But to solve Stavely, this one goes out to both of you.
Uh-oh, what could it be? It's a horrible song, I can tell.
Pantera.
Yeah, and we're not wanting to get a copyright strike. He can get one. I don't need one.
Dun, 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 dun.
So if anybody else, come watch him here. Don't watch him on his show. He sucks. We can make all kinds of funny fucking shit about him. If you guys really miss hearing the way that he talks, we can. I got a clip of him. Here he is.
It's the baby. He's gonna pull the baby clip.
There he is. He's still got that shit rolling. Yeah. Boy, he's, and there again, that goes along. You note this personality of this guy, right? He's just fucking erratic and crazy and shit. And listen to the kind of music he resonates with. Listen to this fucking discorded, nasty horse shit. Who could ever want to listen to this? It sounds like machinery.
Yeah.
Horrible. And so that you're going to resonate with that discordian type bullshit sound. Why would you want to? Unless you were some kind of a fucking demon or something, man. That's the only thing I can figure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible. So I hope it doesn't break his heart that I am listening to his music. A lot of talent involved there.
Is it not messed up? I just picked up my acoustic guitar and started playing the same song.
It's not hard. It's just like, here's 2 notes. Here's some.
Well, yeah, I mean, it really is. Well, it's like 3 notes.
It's not much imagination put into it. It's just, here, let's say a bunch of hateful shit and put some chords that make your fucking ass pucker up. Okay.
Yep.
Has he still got that? Those songs tend to be kind of long too.
That's one of the things that I got into back in high school. I played in a band, in a punk rock band and stuff, but our drummer was a big metalhead, so we had to learn a couple of Pantera songs, and that was one of the ones.
Look at
that thumbnail though is pretty funny. Have you shown the thumbnail?
Yeah. It's it was on the screen earlier.
Yeah.
It's not very well done at all.
Well,
it looks like it was done by a meth head. Oh wait, you're not talking. You still got this. So I wonder what it is he's going to bring to the table tonight that is going to I don't know, what does he say? He's going to D-Day.
I bet he's got the dirt.
I bet
he's coming with the biggest Christmas present for all your trolls and
I bet
everyone. He's gonna drop bombs tonight.
Well, wait, we might have.
Hopefully, flies around a bunch of different houses and drops a big bone. Holy
cow! And that's the way this guy resonates. Is that kind of? That's his whole personality's like that, man. He's a nice guy, though, right? You a nice guy? You guys like him? Are you all follow? Good old Illuminati. I mean, everywhere I go, it's sort of like every panel he goes on, the people on the panel hate him. Everywhere you fucking go that this guy shows up, everybody fucking hates him. I don't even know.
I don't know. I've never heard him before.
Oh,
yeah, I've never really heard him before.
Consider yourself lucky. Wow. No. I cannot find appreciation for that sort of music either. I know I can't. I just can't do it. Is my backup channel is insufferable. Why? What's going on in my backup channel that's insufferable? What do you mean insufferable? The people over there? I don't know. I don't get what you're saying. It's the same thing that's going on over here. So I don't know, man. Whatever. Let's see if we've got his music over yet. Nope, he's still fucking with that shit. Wow.
Try playing the whole song. That's like an 8-minute song.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like 6 or 8 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
One of
for
the longer
fuck's
ones.
sake. Well, I'll keep checking back. Oh, he's got something different going on here. Oh, this must be his intro or something.
He might be doing like a 30-minute intro or 15 or something.
Tommy, I was talking to you specifically. I have multiple audiences.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy. Tommy Show.
The Tommy Show.
That's why I didn't understand.
Smith, Blue Bass, and of course Jack Calcott.
And me?
And of course your announcer, Jay Leno. Hey here, man. How you doing? This is great. We're Tommy's here. We got Jude the Combo, the rest of the insane people.
I bet that
What we got for
motherfucker,
us?
I bet that motherfucker right there could deep throat a goddamn Big Mac. He looks like it, man.
Little shade around the room to various
whatever you want
cameras
to
that
do.
are turning off. Is
You're really good at this show business things.
Have you seen the guy who like puts out a sign outside of like NASCAR events and stuff, and he's like, "Give me $20 to, I'll give you $100 if you can drink the beer faster than me." And then he just like puts it back, and it's like gone, and he puts it back down.
I've seen other guys like that, man. There was these guys that have contests like that, and these guys would be like doing that and having a contest, and it's hard to judge who did it first, because it's just like it's gone, like it got sucked out of the glass.
Yeah. The first time I saw it, I thought it was like a magic trick or something. I thought it was just like disappearing, and then it just like, yeah, he did it again and again.
I never been able to chug beer like that. Never been able to. It's I have a bad time with anything carbonated. If I drink carbonated soda, which I can't stand anyways, I get like fucking hiccups immediately. Oh. Is that it? I guess we got a little bit of time before he gets into fucking shit. Holy cow, man. He's got 21 people watching him so far. He's doing good.
Yeah.
He's definitely, look at this clenched up jaw he's got. Like he's always fucking angry.
Yeah.
Guy.
So is he a globe proponent? Does he loves the globe? Is that?
Oh yeah, he believes that there is a globe, and so much so that he threatened to kill me and Brian Stavely if we didn't start believing it was a globe.
Oh, is this the guy that threatened to kill you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
So what's he doing? He putting
drums they go hard.
Yeah, and I mean it's Rage Monday, but it fell on the big one, the big JC birthday this year. We don't let that slow us down.
We got to keep
JC
doing the Lord's work, don't we?
Yeah, he had some rage in him. He's gonna come back with that rage too.
Now, just out of curiosity, did you rage quit Jax Hillary because she wouldn't stop talking through you?
No, I mean I've always opposed Manel, and some of my best OTW standings where I enjoyed OTW the most was when he let me just dig into Manel for her ways. But no, it was actually I missed that warning flag. I didn't pay attention to how much Jack was happy to see that Aaron dude, and equally like the old Aaron we're aware of. It's a red flag anytime Jack's all about somebody. And sure enough, in that one conversation, I was like, oh, this guy's totally out of touch. He has no idea what's going on compared.
So it seems like it's going to take him a few minutes to get into anything. It does take this guy forever and a day to get to a point. Who else do I know that's like that? Rasta.
I don't know. Probably you and Dreamy.
We disagree on the point that was at hand when you were still on panel, but no, very interesting guy actually.
Are you getting any feedback from me?
No, you sound fine.
Yeah, it's coming from, I don't know how this sound's bouncing back to me. It's coming at me weird, but if you say it's fine, cool. Yeah, man, I think he's a cool dude. He's a nice guy, but his info, he was way off on.
He didn't know what he was talking about with the school thing, but we got into he went to school for it's like audio acoustic, basically how your brain like the actual biology of it, right? How sound impacts your brain functions is very interesting.
See, that's all well and good, but he's off because as much as he talked about, I think he kind of condescended the data people, which I would too. And then he showed he's one of those data people. He's not really boots on the ground seeing what's happening.
Yes. Yeah, he did have that error.
I'm going to keep triggering
but
in this fucking chat.
We've all been guilty of that one. I can give him a pass on that.
Right. And I don't come down really hard on people. I always have room to reconcile. And if I am coming down hard on people,
fucking retard. This
my
is coming
stance
from a
or
guy who said that he was going to kill somebody because they didn't believe in the fucking globe. Come on.
We're going to go over this video as long as technicals permit it. Just listen for me to signal pauses. I'm going to give some takes. You're free to give yours. And I had started to really clip this video up and get all my notes in order. But really, some cases, I like to just take it. Like, I've watched this video once. I was there for it when it happened. And I don't want to be too prepared because I don't want to overthink it. I just want to kind of hit it because it's going to explore a lot of the word salad that happens in these panels. And it's going to pretty much show this was a really trumped up situation to their own.
Word salad means shit I don't understand.
This, if you want to get into some of those other current events we were discussing, we can. But so you and I can just go into this like clean slate, fresh palette. And because I appreciate you assisting with the technicals tonight.
What happened to me now? I think Sov's left. Welcome everyone to the Rasta Bear Show. It's an honor for you all to be here tonight. I hope y'all are having a very Merry Christmas. And yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Hang on a second.
I was trying to take over your show while you were gone.
That's a rhetoric. That's a narrative. She left. He kept calling for her to come back, asking for her to come back. She started showing up in the chat. That's putting a foot in the door, you fucking yokel.
Oh my God. Why would she leave in the first?
She did, and it's none of these people's business, but she does have.
So this isn't even nothing about me and Stavely at all.
Yeah, I think it was clickbait. Man, I wonder if he even talks about you at all tonight.
I don't know. I don't know. He must have sent somehow the link over to Flow State to come on. But now he's showing this little other video that has nothing to fucking do with any of us and shit.
Is that looks like Nachikita in the video there?
Yes, Nachikita, Flow State, and Illumatami. So
okay.
See, this is why marriages don't make it anymore. Back in the day when marriages all
like that motherfucker should be giving anybody advice on life or marriage or anything. I mean, dude, for real. You don't even have a family, man. You know, your own family doesn't even want anything to do with you.
No, it's about raising kids, or why would you get married? You just
they don't have kids yet.
Then right.
Right. So why should they start that if she's?
This isn't our business at this point. I'm talking about
And here's the other
essence of
thing:
marriage.
till death do us part. I know that as much as you don't like divorce, and I agree, divorce is not great. She's already parted. He's kept up his end of the marriage.
We don't
vows.
know all those details. I said we can talk about marriage. We're not going to talk about them, and I'm not even happy with them. We're not going to sit here and talk about it.
I mean, I feel like we have every right to. It's public. It's
well,
everywhere.
you're Missouri as fuck.
It's another thing that clown does. Brings out shit, and then when you start talking about it, say, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing then? Go and knock on his door. He's been waiting for you. What do we got going on over here? Rethink. Is that not Shakita? Yeah. I don't know.
Truth. You're either in the right.
What are you bringing it up for then?
I'm just asking you so you stop talking about these fucking muzzy marriages.
No, I'll talk about it if I want to.
I don't want to. Let's find something.
Most of it'll just throw his fucking ass off, you know, and he's a dick. You throw his
Dude, and whenever I found it, I had forgot about the part
Why
where
does he even show this clip?
Bro, but
It makes him look like a jackass.
What?
It makes him look like the jackass in the situation, and then he's showing it like he's proud of it.
Yeah, he doesn't see it. That's what's so crazy about it. He
You
doesn't see it.
to tell him to break up with her.
I said I didn't want to talk about them, and you were like, yeah, it never happened.
That's bullshit.
Because if I would have made the video about it, I would have had all this footage of you going, I don't even think it ever happened. I think it's just in his memory.
Yeah.
So basically, chat.
Because your claim was that I was trying to get you to convince him to break up with her.
No.
Yes, it is.
My claim was that you wanted me to just sit there and talk shit about him, and I didn't want to.
See if he checks out the chat.
You can take that L. You can take that
No,
L.
there's no L. You just moved the goalpost. Like, not
no,
the goalpost,
you moved the
starting
goalpost
line.
because I don't want to. I didn't want to. I've got like you on Venus and everything. It was pretty clear that's
Okay.
what the receipt.
Well, if you want to win this one, you can go find the receipt from the original dispute because
Yeah, he did, Martin. He
that
did.
what you're saying we were
What are
disagreeing
you
on?
saying it was? Because I don't even know why I'd want that.
Saying what?
What are you saying the goalpost was?
I'm saying that the dispute that you were supposed to get receipts for was about whether or not I had tried to get you to tell him to break up with his wife. I said bullshit.
That wouldn't have even been a thing because I wasn't trying to break them up. If anything, I was putting in a good word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
you said
receipt
that
was okay, and I got that receipt because I remember I got one of you going, "Oh, I'm not trying to start shit, but Flo wanted me to talk shit about your marriage." Remember?
Say what? When Snafu did that?
No, you did. I just
Snafu does it all the
you of
time.
it anyway.
But here's
when
the
I
thing.
played that. We can get it later.
We can. I mean, it's such a like. It's just so. I don't even care. You can win it. You're wrong.
I don't
but
care
I'll
either.
win it just to move on from it.
Yeah, that's why I played it so we could move on. Because let me tell you why I think. Let me tell you why I think this might be one of those natural smackdowns of a panel tonight. Let me make sure we're still here. Did you hear all that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because on one of my screens we keep buffering. No, it just so happens that when I was saying that, we were at 33 in the chat. Me confirmed. The Conspiranaughty trailer is at 333 views at 3 months old. Illumitami confirmed. So, and then there was another one that I can't remember. Oh, I think it was like my current subs add up to the Gematria 3. Yeah, and I'm going to lose a lot of those subs after tonight. A lot of people subbed up just to get, I guess, notified of this Sob Stably bullshit. Do you already have that link up?
Intro so long, I know. He's so
when you sent it to me earlier, I clicked it to look at what it was. I haven't watched any of it, and I don't know who they are even. So I'm totally fresh to this thing.
Right, that's good because then your takes will be fresh. But do you have it to share screen?
Oh, yeah. Give me a second.
Yeah, bring it up. I'm gonna grab the frosty beverage.
He's gonna grab a beverage.
Tommy, where's that big nuke you got for us, babe? Where's that? Watch here. I'm gonna tell Flow State.
He's coming.
I think he just saw my comment.
Where's my sturdy stick?
Where's that gay shit on your eyes, Illuma Tommy?
There you go.
What is that gay shit on your eyes?
You got a bank or a credit union that gives out all kinds of little rinky-dink bullshit. Like keychains.
Not as much as some of them do, but yeah.
So one of the most convenient ones I've ever been impressed with is mine gave out these little rectangle hand sanitizer spray things. I never seen one like that. Like, not too big on hand sanitizer, but there is the rare occasion I'll use one.
I think I've
very pocketed.
Either you use hand sanitizer or you don't. You know,
that is a novelty item I would have no use for at all.
I think most globies use hand sanitizer.
You don't handle shit very often?
Not literal shit. And if I do, if I touch something that needs to be washed, I could go ahead and like wash my hands properly. Because hand sanitizer doesn't clean your hands off; it just sanitizes them. So,
and that's what you're usually going for. And I mean, the whole reason I don't bother getting the B words or anything is because you know how many sandwiches I eat.
I told you, it says you've been Mandela affected, Illuma Tommy. Your name used to be Illuma Suck One.
think I wash my hands every time before I eat something? No. I worked when I was working in concrete. Like I'd go in there, be like I could wash my hands, but fuck it, I'm hungry.
Right.
If I can breathe concrete dust in the air, then I can eat a little bit on my sandwich. It'll be fine.
Yawn.
And that's why nurses and doctors and medical workers have such good immune systems. They're always fighting shit. If I worked in the medical field, I
hope he brings the fire extinguishers. He's like, boring as hell. This is
like, have you ever gone to Sewer Town?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's another channel.
No sandwich for you, dude. You're not.
He probably has a really good immune system because he actually works in sewage, in the sewage field. That's why his channel is called Sewer Town. I'd say that's probably Denise's arch nemesis. I think half of her tirade against me is because I started going over there.
I'm sharing that down below. I didn't know that she had a tirade against you. I don't know much about her, but she just seems like I'll just keep my distance and I'll be fine.
She's my metaversal gam, and even though she's got a tirade against me, I'm not gonna
gam.
Yeah, can we look? What is that word?
Be funny.
What is what?
What does that word mean?
I don't fucking know, man.
Can we look it up? I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
Around here, LARP church is like a Levian cult.
It's super gay.
This is.
She was saying that I was like
song in Hebrew language written by Elliot Botball, which
like she was wondering since he's foreign,
fourth verse
like if he's aware of the culture he's involved in. Like very aware, Denise. Very aware he is. Shout out to Gam indeed. Let me hit that.
I could see how she'd be your gam because both of you seem to have a certain amount of.
What'd you find out, Rostabear?
That it's a Hebrew word from a song I just had it, and then we can go back to it. A Hebrew word for a song written by Eli Botbal, which incorporates the 4th verse of David's Psalm 23 from the Old Testament.
Jeebus Crisp says it's a slang word for granny.
Yeah, it means grandma. Yeah.
Gam gam.
Gam gam.
Yeah, it's your gam gam. Instead
Leave
of
me
saying
alone,
grandma,
right? You gotta
you
think
say gam
strategically.
gam.
This is all recorded.
No, you don't have enough lore though. Like I said, the only reason I get that bad with people is if at one time I trust them or something. Like just some asshole, I just water under the bridge. But if I trusted you and put a thing on it, that's how you run the risk of making me your arch nemesis. But anyway, there was a time where him and Denise sat down, heard out my girl story, and both like vouched for me. Denise was like, "Yeah, when I was growing up, that's a common age difference. That's not robbing the cradle or anything." And now she not so happy with me. She was even there on State
So
Alert.
why, if you know that you catch shit for things, your tactics, you move in a way that is tactically
obtuse.
It's either bad or I'm confused. It could be both.
Confused. It's called being an asshole, Flo.
I suspect because you're not a stupid person. So when I see you doing stupid things, I mean, anyways, let's watch this video, or we could address the other thing and talk about why.
I'm going to turn my camera off too in case it'll play better, but since you're providing it, it'll probably play fine. Now, starting out at the very beginning, and this is goes on the Nut House, whatever the channel is called. This isn't Venus's friend Nut House.
Nutmouth video.
You start out with a hokey fucking piano music and a completely wrong description about who I am in relation to these guys and what's going on. So after it scrolls the starting description.
So it doesn't look as though he's going to get into the meat of the fucking discussion anytime soon at all, does it?
No, that was very boring.
We can come back to it. We can come back to it. We're just here having Christmas time and Saturnalia or whatever. I'm going to have to get a restraining order. Somebody who calls themselves True Love keeps sending me fucking birds. I mean, it was all right when it first started. You know, I don't mind a partridge and a pear tree, a couple of turtle doves. That's not too bad. It was pushing the limits with the swans, right? But now I got geese laying. And I'm sorry, the Lords of Leaping are just too much, man. They're putting holes in the drywall all over the place and shit. I mean, when is it going to stop? When is this madness going to stop with this girl sending me all this fucking birds? And
well, now that it's Christmas, it should hilarious.
Did you ever see that episode of The Office?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where he was sending her the 12 Days of Christmas, and it it was Andy sending it to the new redhead
oh yeah. The little perky one.
The fucking receptionist.
Yeah.
And she got all scratched up. She kept getting all these birds in the mail and delivered to her, and they kept just attacking her.
Hang on, we might be into something here now. Hold on a second. Let me put this back here.
Ask him to come on because Grayson.
The links.
I don't want Grayson to feel like, hey, there's all these guys against me. That's not.
Yeah.
And that's how he would have felt.
But what about the group of people who just?
Now, is this is? I'm purely assessing the dynamics of the interaction, or are you trapping me into a globe flat debate?
No, this isn't going to be the globe flat debate because that's its own thing. Oh, I forgot to tell you what this is all about. They've been saying for months, and some of his chat people have gone to various channels saying that I threatened Sav and Stavely's lives over shape debate.
He did.
And that's not what happens here.
Oh, okay. That's not
I point out that Sav is being tyrannical, and I point out that men used to meet in fields and shoot each other over who says what for who.
So it was an implied threat.
No, not even implied, just implied to say you're being tyrannical, you know? But there's various things that'll happen through this where it's like,
what cracks me up about the motherfucker talking about shooting anything, I don't think the only thing he can ever shoot is dope. That motherfucker couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from the inside of it. I guarantee it.
you're going to see the word salad start. And if you don't, I'll show you where it kicks in. Because, like, confusion gets created.
It's just like every other motherfucker thinks they know what they're doing with a gat. They always shoot left and low. Every last fucking one of them, man.
Yep.
Whenever things can't just be, like, had back and forth.
All right, well, then let's get into it.
Hold on.
Let me yeah. You're cool, man. That's cool, man. Some people would feel overwhelmed. I would, if I went on a panel and there were like 6 people denying the Mandela effect thing, I'd be like, whoa.
Hey, I've been
like, I don't really want
So what I was going to get at is this: is control.
Oh, pause it real quick.
Is one.
Now, recently on one of Ian's panels, I went up about Mandela effect on the Bible stuff. And Stabley's in the chat saying, oh, Lumatami, he's not going to buy in Mandela effect. I've always been about it, specifically because of the Bible stuff. But he had mischatted, and I didn't know that he mischatted at the time. He never said he was going to kill me, though. And I got up on the panel and I said, hey, shout to Brian Stabley, even though I still tell you this is a globe, shout out for coming around on that death threat thing. And he's like, no, that was a mistype. Like, you really did threaten my life. So that's predominantly why I was like, let's do this fucking panel then.
That's right.
Because, Saab, he can just go off in his corner, fuck with Geek Squad, be a maniacal old coot like Wizard. But,
Whoa. Well, I can't let you do that to Saab. He is not like Wizard. Wizard is a
this guy.
different.
Oh, Saab's got his moments. And I did back. Everyone's always coming at me saying when they backed me up, supported me. I want people to just back up truth. Because I backed up Saab in the Civil War whenever Paul had sent that underage kid over to his channel.
But you understand. Hold on. You understand the dishonesty of the claim that you just want people to back up truth when you know full damn well that people don't agree on truth, and that's what most people are trying to do is back up truth.
Right. Through the debate of truth, we'll hopefully find truth. But I don't want people backing me up just to back me up because it's like a.
I said you wouldn't know truth if it bit you in the ass.
Huh?
A covert contract.
Whether they realize it or not, it's like, well, if you backed me up and you weren't backing truth up, how do you know that you were doing the right move? So I just want to be backed up because people are going for truth, and that just defaults to. Hopefully I'm aligned with truth as well.
Well, I feel honored that you would choose me to help you sort out this truth here. I know that you didn't say specifically that you love my truthiness, and that's why you invited me here.
Well, actually, it was more about just it linked up because I was thinking of asking either you or Hank, and you had emailed me about the thing. So I was like, oh, I'll just ask him while I'm emailing him back. And then that linked up with dropping the whole receipts about the machine lies thing.
I know that it was a compliment. It's fine, Tommy.
Oh, yes. Flow State, I think we do have a way we could cook if it wasn't all this best friend stuff. If we were like morning radio guys, I think there's stuff
morning radio guy. This guy.
Because we definitely
what you mean by that, but I'm good with it.
Fuck, man.
You ever hear morning radio guys that like banter and don't agree with each other, but it works?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we got that Caucasian thing.
White boys.
Well, Rob G, regardless of who sent Joshua, nobody seemed to realize he was a child, and even Saab was calling him like a retarded guy.
Is that kid that was on Paul's for a while back in the day?
The obvious kid. Obvious kid. That I was cash apping Paul when I hated him. He had me blocked by all directions.
Yeah, you remember Joshua, the retarded kid that Paul was exploiting to come over to my channel and say horrendous shit.
And I cash apped and go, dude, hear me out about this fucking kid before you get your channel in trouble, And sure enough, it didn't end well for Joshua, but that's another project some other time.
All right.
Moving on.
aspect of it, and there's many ways that we're under control from this. Okay, so what if there's all kinds of land with shitloads of resources? There's no scarcity, nothing, man.
Yeah, that's called the globe as is.
You know, well, that would really put a kibosh on the entire system, because our entire system is based, their control is based on artificial scarcity, keeping that carrot on a stick.
I get what you're saying, and I just wanted to pop in. I didn't want to interrupt anybody, but I did have a question, and it relates
another
to
aspect
Antarctica.
too. I wanted to touch on is
okay, never mind.
Hang on.
Can you hit Crunchy B? Crunchy B was
talking.
trying to ask a question.
Oh, I thought it was me that always overtalked.
The question I had related to Antarctica.
I would like to see the video that you saw, but it's most likely, well, I know it's going to be just a fake video if that's what it's depicting.
I applaud the right there.
He knows even before he sees it that he's right and everyone's.
See, this is why my shape debate final product has to be so meticulous in covering, because these mofos are so cogdis attached to the idea. Even as Brian Stabley, Mr. 4,000 subs plus, he's like, he already knows there's going to be something fake, even though it's like the flat earth is the thing you don't have actual proof of.
Sorry, hold on. I gotta take this phone call, but I'll play it again.
Take a phone call. I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead and play it, and if I need you to back it up, I'll go ahead and back up.
Wrong.
I'm
glad that I caught Ryan Shedley. Hey, you're the one that wanted me up here. Hey, you're the one that said bring me up here. Now, do I get a second?
Yeah, but hold on. You made a claim that I said with the. Hold on. You made a claim that I said.
Yeah, somebody made a claim that I should check you out, and now I don't have to.
Mine's the death threat claim.
Hold on. You said I made the claim. I've been looking for 9 years. 9 years.
You guys, everybody speak in turn. Give everybody a moment to speak, and when they're done, let everybody speak. I'm curious to hear everybody's opinion, and everybody's cutting everybody off before they're finished, and it's really distracting one's point to make. So please, everybody,
and that's the guy that should be doing panels. Singh is the guy that should be hosting panels,
All right,
not
Tommy,
you jackasses.
Tommy, I'm gonna lay something down too.
You ain't laid shit down the whole time you've not remembered we've had this debate before. You are a joke even to your past friends, and I found that out just in the past 2 days since I was last on your panel, and I went around to the people that were with us and said, did you know that Sovereign Soul does not remember the time on Moose's channel we debated the Earth and the space station, and he doesn't even remember that happened? And your friend said,
I really don't.
your friend,
debate over. But Tommy, what I was going to say is you need to cut it back with the fucking hateful rhetoric and the goddamn name.
well, I hate you, so how can I cut back the hateful rhetoric when I hate you? I hate Cage too, and I mean, I hate you guys.
All right, well, Tommy.
Hold on.
Hate is such a hateful word.
I knew this guy was brainwashed. I didn't know he was so much of a fucking.
And can I get it straight? Is Grayson the other alleged Globey up here? You guys need science.
Dude, you came on here and started cussing everybody out and tell them you hate them. So you're a fucking joke.
Yeah, that's kind of
No, you're a joke. And you said no. You made a claim about me that I came to a determination that videos were fake without looking. Dude, we've been looking into this for 9 years and seen.
Yeah, and if you looked even less, you could have found all the proof you need to know you're wrong.
So
on this platform.
What's your best proof of the globe? What's the best observation of the globe that you made, an experiment that you did? Tell us. We'd love to hear it.
You're going down that same route of anything I say, you'll already know it's wrong. That's why the debate is no longer about convincing you you're wrong. It's about gauging what the fuck is wrong with you people.
All right. Now, this would be a good time to keep everybody on track. Today is not about shape debate. You're going to hear us talking some shape debate in this video.
That's what I was just about to ask. Is this part relevant to the claim part?
Well, it's going to be relevant to this word salad game that's going to stand in the way of lots of debates when people are already attached to the outcome they want.
Okay.
But let me share Venus's. No, hold on. Might have shared the wrong comment. No. I love Venus, but no, that is not true. But we're not going to get shaken.
It sounds like Venus
leading up to the in this conversation, there will be frustration, but the thing I say is not a threat on their lives. And then we're going to go on where I'll come back and they're not worried about it. Like, they don't bring it up. If they do, they're joking about it. And they're more worried about the shape debate stuff compared to months after this they and some of their chatters have gone around constantly saying I threaten their lives. And this video was taken down. And if it wasn't for the Nut House dropping this recently, I never would have been able to find this. And they just keep claiming that shit.
And that's the real winner in this whole thing.
Jump to the
Nut
part
Mouth
where they,
video.
like the.
So he's actually playing Nut House's video on this.
Yeah, and Nut House is going from 0 to like 1 million subs here in a matter of no time, just because.
Ain't that great? See, all you got to do, Ross, is put out some
publicity.
content. All you got to do is watch put out some content.
They're saying was a threat.
Yeah, I'll just watch the newest South
coming up here,
and it's all about Randy making content for his OnlyFans page.
I don't think we have to go through the whole 44 minutes, but there's like
because I feel like there's a lot of stuff here that's not relevant to the point, and also that is stuff that
Well,
we
that's 'cause
disagree on, and
you-
we'll end up arguing about the shape of the Earth. If
No, we're not going to talk about shape. But the reason you don't feel it's relevant, you said you haven't seen this, and I got a couple different topics it's going to relate to, like the common fallacies of the debates on Barry's panel.
All right.
And this also relates to
sorry, I
the
don't
time London
40 grand.
was saying I was PDF, the same way these guys took a thing and said, oh, that means he's threatening our lives.
No, I mean, I trust your call on this. You've seen it. I haven't. So if you say we should watch it, we'll watch it. I was just, asking the question.
Yeah.
And to know this shit.
Well, you got ripped off. Because
No, I didn't get ripped off. It's paying for it even
let me
today.
ask
Do you
you,
think I paid 40 grand to change your dumbass mind? No.
You're never going to change
I know. You just said it, dude. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that have confirmed they will never change their mind, and you're still trying to win their hearts.
Wrong. You have 5 people here. Hold on. You have 5 people here that did change their mind, that were all brought up believing the bullshit you do, and we were able to change our mind. You should look in the mirror because you're the one that can't change your mind, you bitch.
No, listen, the mind
you're the only
change
guy who
was
Brian,
flat and
Brian,
globe. We came up as a people that thought it was flat. The mind change was to globe when we found out it was globe. Cage, everywhere I see you, you're playing the same tired game. Just shut up. Take it up with OTW. Cage, I was just talking about you today and about how you still subscribe to the matter of the universe. You think all this is matter that we're touching, when the other night we were sitting here talking about how it is indeed frequency, and it's not matter. So how smart are you, library trip bragger boy?
Tommy, you said that East and West are globe terms, right?
Yes, because North and South are the poles. North and South are the poles.
Let me ask you something. When you use a paper map, do you roll it up into a ball so that you'll know that it has
that
East and
displays
West
your
on it?
ignorance.
Wait
It's
a
as
second.
ignorant
Is
as
the
your
East and West
thumbnail
on
for
the
this
map?
video.
You can't explain logic to a game that it's possible.
Oh, what did he just say?
Hey, Sovereign, the only time
What
he's
did
here
he
to
just
derail
say?
this
Oh,
game,
here's
he's doing this on purpose, sir.
OTW. Here it goes.
Let's get ready to have a great conversation before you let this motherfucker on here. So you should get rid of him now. So
How long ago was this?
It was before his Supreme. He was cucking up. It was like he was taking orders, but it was. I can't think of how close this was to just like giving out the keys and totally full on leaning into it.
Okay. So
I think there's like subliminal message encoded in all that gibberish.
I want to know what.
What's that?
I think there's subliminal messages encoded in all that gibberish and yelling against one another when you can't hear a word. I can kind of hear the faint whisper of "You are gay" in the background. You didn't hear it?
No, I didn't hear it.
Level of cuckoldry OTW was at here.
And another thing they're going to talk about possibly after I get booted for a moment, they talk about my degree like it was specifically about Earth shape, like I got ripped off. It's like, no, it's a very valid field with electricity and solar, which also has
applied science, but he's not able to apply the scientific method to anything. That's what's so fucking funny.
a lot of globe aspects to it. Yeah, man.
Now, if I remember correctly, your degree is basically all science. You're a scientist in all fields.
It covers a lot of science fields except for like chemistry, biology, but like the applied technical sciences you cover a lot of it. Yeah.
Then why don't you know the scientific method?
So you can at least
Tommy?
salvage the rest of your stream and
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
the
yeah.
good.
You know, OTW has been to every
having a
stream
great
I've been
conversation.
today,
You
just
guys don't
following.
need this piece of shit here. So I just wanted to say that.
It's full in the house. We got a full house.
Fucking goof. God damn.
There's no way to get anything over that. I mean,
I'd like to say something here. Could everybody please respect everybody's opinions? They're only opinions. What somebody believes, that's great. I don't have to agree, but I'm willing to listen, to absorb everything here. Please, everybody do the same, and we'll have a much better live panel here.
well, you know, that's when you said that the north and east and west and the directions were globe terms. I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about? I mean, they're
Well, why's he gotta
directions.
come on and tell everybody he hates them? Like Grayson disagrees. He's not an asshole like that. I mean, what type of reaction does he expect? And then to rub his $40,000 fucking diploma in our face, if he even really has that, who gives a fuck? I'll wipe my ass with that diploma. So if you if you're so much smarter because you have the $40,000 diploma, and I ask you your best globe proof, why don't you lay it out? Why do you just say?
Oh, here comes the part. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the guy does
He's
that.
the only
everywhere
guy
he
who's
goes.
$40,000 in debt for a belief.
It's-
Real
Guys,
are
it's
just
his
fucking real
MO.
people that didn't go into debt for. So he has to. He's invested into his belief. He's got 40 fucking grand into his fucking belief.
All right, pause it.
If he's wrong, then he's just wasting.
So Bearsworth is most commonly known for drinking in the morning, going on Z's, and crying about his failed marriage. And when he
His
says
morning is
that-
not our morning, right?
Nah, his morning drinking is probably like night before in the morning.
Doesn't he
Isn't
live
that
in
how?
Europe or some shit though? Isn't that's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
he's been up all night
What?
the night before.
Isn't he European or something?
Maybe Canadian.
Is it or Canadian?
Maybe American.
He's a Canadian bear.
He lives somewhere. Anyways, okay.
He bought one around.
But anyway, he keeps throwing around belief. It's like, no, whenever I finally put my foot down and show this globe stuff, it's factual, referenceable things that Stavely spent 9 years not being able to see.
It's a fucking Carl Sagan clip of Carl Sagan holding a piece of cardboard with some sticks sticking up on it, and he curves it and says, "See, the shadows are different." That's his fucking proof. This guy's fucking hilarious, man.
That's dishonest. It's dishonest of you to say that you can know that you know the truth to a degree that anybody else to a better degree.
This is all geometry, looking with your eyes,
And
realizing.
we're about to do what I was warning about.
Well, you don't understand the thing, but you will.
What I'm saying is that you
not
have
today.
to have intellectual honesty. You cannot be intellectual honestly and claim that you have the truth and nobody else has the truth.
No, it's
If
not
you're
about
capable of
me.
mistakes,
You
it's
can
not-
have the truth too, Flow State.
right.
Everything I know, you could know.
We can
and
both
things that you know that I don't know, I could know.
It's not about the thing, right? It's not about the subject at hand. It's about the mental approach that to think that you
Man,
are not
the fucking
mistaken,
people in
but
the
somebody else
chat.
is. That's
No, you're not being intellectually honest because the things that I'm saying I'm not mistaken on, it's like these laptops and phones we're using. You can't just make them how you want to make them.
We're gonna debate whether or not we can trust science now.
What in the fuck does a cell phone or a laptop have to do with a fucking scientific impossibility of a globular Earth in a void? What in the possible fuck could it have to do with any of that? None.
Is it globular? Is that what the term is, or would a glob be
that's
like
where-
a glob?
Yes, that's where globe comes from. Yes.
It's like, wouldn't it be globular though?
No, it's pronounced globular.
Globular.
Yep.
Okay.
But science
put the
is
word on.
trustable if you can discern from the far left political play that's going on.
Okay, Tom. This. You know that I don't think that you're right on this.
Right. We'll get to it on the flat. We'll get to it on the shake debate day.
Globular.
Okay, that's fine.
But I'm
all I
still
was pointing
saying,
out is
like,
that claim that you made is one that's arrogant and dishonest.
no, this is just where you're behind. When these guys say
I
believe,
know that you think you're right about the topic. I'm not
stop
talking about
and let me finish.
that. Okay.
I believe in God. I know electric, globe, sun cycles, stars. Like,
I have to have faith in my religion and in my God, but I can prove that we are on a globe and how electricity works and what the
If you could
solar
prove
cycle.
that, this would not be a debate at all.
Well, it's gonna get to what the problem is with that and why I have to intricately prepare that day. But go ahead and play it.
Said $40,000.
Well,
So-
I asked him,
Unlike
I
four
asked
years
him the other
ago.
night.
He makes
I
it a
asked him the
mission
other
to
night.
derail streams.
He says, well, I know for a fact that the Earth is a globe. And I said, how do you know that for a fact? And he goes, well, you're just ambushing me. I'll have to go get my information together. And I'm like,
All right, pause
you have
it.
to find out why you know that the
See, that's not what happened. What happened is he started doing the typical flat earther thing of just shotgunning trivia and what about this? Now what about this? And I'm like, hey, I can't just pull Google numbers out of my head.
Wait a fucking minute. I'm a flat earther. I know your numbers by heart. You're a scientist and don't know any of them without having to ask Alexa or something. What the fuck, man?
I'll get all this together for you and be ready for it. And now he's playing a narrative like I need to go cross-reference my own knowledge. Go ahead.
Okay, and I'm not gonna lie.
What would you need to cross-reference to know that it's impossible for a ball of gas to form in a fucking vacuum or anywhere else for that matter? Where would you have to cross-reference that from? What would you need to do that? The idea that if somebody said, why do you think the Earth is a globe? Do you say, hey, I'll have to check my notes and come back to you on it? Or do you just tell them why you would think that? If you don't know why, if you have to check your notes to figure out why you think the Earth is a globe, then you don't think the Earth is a globe. You don't know anything. You're just a fucking meat suit.
I zoned out for a
Christ's
second.
sake.
What's he doing wrong? He's acting like you should have all these figures on hand, and that if you don't,
Well, I don't need them on hand because the fact is, if you guys want to know why you're on a globe, you would just let a globey lay it out. But all flat earthers will constantly shotgun trivia in the middle of all of it that has nothing.
Why do you think the Earth is a globe? Is trivia
to do with it. It's irrelevant once you piece together the bare bones brass tacks of how you can know you're on a globe.
I sort of feel like we're watching a movie about like how, like if it become.
See, here's the thing about it. If you don't know anything about either model, then shut the fuck up.
If we were watching a video about how stupid and annoying black people are, and I was black.
Well, that's because you still have a real flatty stance, and that's not a big deal. But okay, we're watching this. We're watching this about the death threat. But what I'm explaining is how I'll use videos like this to make sure I get enough of this stuff covered for whenever it's like I put my stamp on. Here's the stance of globe. Take it or leave it.
Okay. Well, and which is fine, and I'm happy to do that. But if your points about the threat thing, right? If you're going to build on premises of the Earth is a globe, right? We're going to get hangups there. But you know what?
Okay. Now, also keep in mind this is going to big picture to like.
This dude's giving me a headache. I'm gonna have to get out and come back on.
You'll see like in the toilet bowls.
Making my head hurt.
Just people in general will go to these fallacies, and hopefully I can explain it when it happens, because the first time I watch this, I see it happen. There's gonna be a train wreck of like what the subject, where we were even centered here in a little bit.
All right.
But once again, I don't think we have to watch the whole 44 minutes. I know there's going to be another pause with scrolling words and rainbow. We want to at least make it to that. Hey, let's not speed it up to 1.5.
Okay.
I'm not going to take your whole evening up like you've left me in your backstage.
No. And I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. I'm trying to kind of get through these things where I think that we're going to end up arguing on a tangent.
Down pitifully down to 24 now.
I mean, if you believe something, surely you know why you fucking believe it, right?
I'm gonna tell him.
No.
Yeah, I'll come back here in a little bit.
Personally,
This guy's hurting my head.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
Personally,
All right.
Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of
I'm gonna bring you back.
Sing
This is a topic we should be
airplane theory.
investigating because then
Yeah, we should
everybody.
Oh, was that you in the video, or was you in the video?
this, you know?
Yeah, just listen for Sing's airplane theory. I almost bid him for this one time.
How about if they told us the globe was a triangle, or we lived in a triangle, and except for the displacement of angles with the instruments, you know, make refraction with the light, and the curvature of the refraction of the light, it's actually trying.
Couldn't help myself. I had to put over in the chat. I had to say, your numbers are dropping, Illumitami, while mine are increasing. I already have more views on this than you do. So, you know, I'm usually not a dick, but when I am, it's to somebody that fucking deserves it.
Angle, but you all see it differently. You know, there could be so many theories to what this place is, but from my perception, is this place is definitely 100% a digital holographic reality projection that many beings with their own spheres are participating in with their thought code projections, sustaining this digital holographic reality interface to a very complex sentient symbiotic computer to give everybody their simulation. That's my perspective.
You think like that game on
Swim, I'm not sure he's still kicking. This is kind of old.
I may have heard of it before, but I know the direction you're heading at. Yeah, it could be exactly like that. And as for taking airplane rides, this escaped to myself once. How does anybody know they're even getting on an airplane? Maybe it's just like one of those peony rides on a carnival. You get on it, then it's all, you get the motion and the movement, and you're not even flying. It's just this all animated CGI type of digital holographic simulation. I thought of it before I took an airplane. It's like, this just doesn't feel real.
See, that's how Sing derailed. He just derailed himself for me with that statement, because I've got friends that died in that little children's ride. I've got friends that learned to fly that little children's ride. And I think you're just on this spiritual, it could be everything kick, because you desire to Martin Luther King us all together, and it's not going to happen because we still meet in fields and we shoot each other dead for the disrespect like this host is showing me. You guys are fucking out of here.
All right, I will concede that I do not believe that was a veiled threat. Yeah, I agree with it.
Because it technically is what I was saying is there's a point to disagreements. Like there's agree to disagree, and then there's a point where it's like somebody's got to go, aka like Muslim, Christian, stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that you were making a different point that was not a veiled threat.
Star Wars is
we'll carry on.
man.
Now I want to correct some things that were like, once you removed me, you did this big dick honorable tactic where you removed me and started filling my words in, and that's the type of shit I'll meet you in a field and shoot you over, and I know you support that.
Dude, nobody's scared of you, bro. Jesus
no one's scared of you.
Nobody's scared of you, bro.
You're not going to shoot it.
What a joke. That dude's a joke.
Lay off the meth.
My bad for saying you should bring him on. I didn't know he'd behave like that.
So I sort of also believe that they believe that you were making an implied threat. I don't think anyone's being dishonest actually at this point.
Oh, I know. I'm just clearing my name. I'm not saying they gotta fucking leave YouTube or anything, but I'm sick of them and their minions still rolling. I've beat the PDF thing faster than I've got them to shut up about this death threat. And I just saw it finally, like just a couple days ago. That, like I said, this was not posted anymore. He leaves it up on Rumble, allegedly, but it hasn't been on YouTube, along with a lot of stuff I know I did on his channel. A lot of events that happened on his channel. He's taken a lot of stuff down.
Who's taking a lot of stuff down? Me?
I talk about his globe thing, and you know.
No, dude.
No, anyways, I take
his YouTube character.
I don't take any.
Going through meth psychosis, right? Meth psychosis.
So that's really.
He's obviously
I know this was a little old, like they're just jumping on the meth card. He was even in the chat before the show started talking that tweaker shit.
Which I agree is it's nothing but an ad hominem in this context. That said, I have to also concede, like, you hand over easy targets to people.
No, that's always been the plan.
I don't see how that's a good plan at all.
You ever seen I can't think of a good analogy for it. I don't want to disrupt the thing, but just make a note to get back.
Okay.
He's zero control over his emotional responses. That's for sure.
He doesn't.
Because once we get to a certain point on this, Sav and Stavely are free to come up. I just want to have a chance to say this shit without them cutting
we're
in.
already up, Tommy. We're already up. We're watching.
Comes on. I let him come back on after being a dickhead. I let him come back on, and he sits there and wants to fucking give me shit again. Fuck him.
Sovereign. This is what he does, though. He always argues with people. You cannot have a proper conversation without just interrupting and arguing.
Well, we had a pretty good final the other time. It went pretty smooth.
Let's get back on topic then. Let's get back on topic now that he's not
whenever
here.
it was me and you on the panel, what you're talking about. When Singh said we had a good panel the other night, I think that's the one me and you were waxing about something back then.
On Dave's or on mine?
On Dave's.
Ah, yes.
Because there was a string of like 4 or 5 Dave panels that you and I were on them, and there was something about us talking that made me and Dave more compatible. But and I don't hate Dave. It's just he takes some of these things to points where I go, I can't let any human say that or believe that, man.
Now,
like
there, that's where his fucking cognitive dissonance is. I can't let any other human being hear that stuff. Oh my God. Mr. Science, who doesn't know anything about the scientific method or one goddamn thing about his entire ridiculous model that he thinks he believes, he doesn't know shit. But he talks a lot of it.
I mean,
he has started out on trying to
definitely
tell me
I would say the same thing about both of you, actually.
Well, you'd have to give me a good example of what falsity I'm throwing out there that
you would reject it, but
no, I want to hear what you think was
you would be
don't do drugs, kids.
That we've seen.
Well, just make a note to get to it. I'm interested.
8 years. Yeah.
So is Tommy still waiting to come up?
Here's what I'm saying, man. On the one I was talking about that he doesn't remember, that was on like Moose, he started trying to tell me why space station can't be, and he talked until he's describing how they're patenting the DNA of seed. It's like, do you know what kind of mental gymnastics you have to do, Sav, that you're trying to tell me why no space station, and you get to patenting seeds before anyone responds?
I'm going to say that so far as the claims of a death threat goes, I definitely think you did not make one so far. As far as
that's
I'm
all.
I'm probably going to agree with Dave's points more than yours on this topic.
Oh, I know, and you'll learn. I'll learn you. But that's what I'm saying. There's other things that happen in this that can reference, like
you hearing Flow State says, "Oh, I have to agree with Dave's points more than I do yours on this." And he goes, "Oh, that's okay. I'll learn you." Come on, Bo.
We can use it in shape debate or use it in how these panels could communicate better. But what we saw, I can't think, except for them referencing it a little bit coming in the future on this, I don't say anything else to my memory, anything like that either. Like those two statements are what months of he threatened our lives over shape debate. That's what got him there. And they think they're being rational about like science and their beliefs that they're emotionally attached to. Like he's even been sitting in the chat just talking the same looping flat earth moon stuff, not even responding to anything I'm saying about
the same you're doing. You're doing literally exactly the same thing, just on an opposing view on
Dude,
the same topic.
it's my show to show this event and talk about it.
And it's about him, so I would expect that he has also an interest in it.
No, I would expect him to take an interest in what I'm saying, and not just be doing his typical flat moon loop, which is what I'm saying he's doing. And granted, there's probably people in the chat throwing challenges of flat and moon at him. I know how this goes. I've been chat, I've been troll, I've been panel, just is
You've
what it
even
is.
been dead for a couple weeks.
Was that?
You even died for a couple weeks.
Oh, that was I'll never get another year. It's not my fault I woke up to everybody saying R.I.P. Illumitami, and it's just another example of what can happen with this telephone game, man. All it was my phone died, I fell asleep, the cops left without checking with me, and I just woke up the next day to see everybody on YouTube losing their shit, and I went with it.
Yeah, it was a little bit much, a little bit quick, to be.
Wait, I just want to know what's so important. He says he wants
Oh,
40 seconds.
Cynthia called the cops the
Say
next day. Barely knew me. She just knew me as a guy on panel. She called the Denver police the next day.
Well, I don't know.
I give her shit. That it's like, do you know how many stories I know of welfare calls like getting murked? And I still know she just did it for the drama. She was just being a nosy HR bitch about it.
But she didn't like do a welfare check. She was like surely checking the like, do you have this inmate or something like that, right?
Right, and she should have known they can't.
See, now what's he even talking about?
Yeah, they can. That's public information.
This guy's a fucking.
A lot of counties have the website. It's posted on the website.
We can probably zoom.
Yeah, I think.
Illuma Tommy guy?
Yeah, like
I don't know. I don't know. He came on the other night and he said, well, we know for a fact that the Earth's a globe. And I asked him, I said, well, how do you know that? He goes, there you are trying to ambush me with that shit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? If you know for a fact, you must have some reason that you know this for a fact, right? Well, I have to go check my information. And I was like, wait, hold on. You have to ask somebody or look in a book.
He's just resting on his own
what you do or why you
falsity.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, I'm not globe because I was told globe. That's what I'm trying to show you guys.
You are.
And
Tommy, yes, you are. That is why you are globe, is because someone told you. If nobody had ever told you that, there would be no reason for you to ever come to that idea. And that's true with anybody.
Not with people that just are on the fence. People that are on the fence will listen. Flatty will not let you get like the conjoining points out. There is no TikTok 15-second thing I say where all definitive globe is right there in a 15-second statement. It's you'll hear all these points that are true, and then you will truth or cop. You will see, you will tie it together, connect
There's an
dots.
important distinct thing to point out is that we've already heard the globe talking points. It's not new information.
No, you haven't, because you'd be globe. It's like House said, I'll say this as a religious person. Dr. House said, if you could teach rationality to religious people, you wouldn't have religious people. If globe people could accept it, you wouldn't have globe people. It's like globe or flatties are always saying, if you just prove globe, I'll just change my opinion. No, they're not changing because they don't even want to hear it. They la 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 la.
You're making me really work hard to be agreeable.
They're gonna do it. That's why we're watching.
He got mad. He left. Well, supposedly, and if it happened, I certainly don't remember it. But he claims that I got into a flat Earth debate with him on another channel.
It was actually Space Station. It was me and Joe Cool against the whole panel, and Moose deleted that channel.
I don't remember it. But
he debate this stuff.
He's really bent out of shape about that. But I think where this comes from,
no, that's not why I'm bent out of shape.
A lot of people.
Does he not even fucking realize how many people I talk to and debate about globe shit all the goddamn time? Like I'm supposed to remember his tweaking ass. I mean, it's like I run across people that lose their fucking mind over this shit on a daily basis, man.
Especially those that are really heavy duty invested in that they believe the globe 100%.
Projecting.
When they're hit with that, the cognitive dissonance in it.
Projecting.
We should go to the threats part.
We already played it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
man. Open the panel for these guys.
Oh, okay.
I don't, or we can do the other thing, but I don't see either. I see both sides doing the same thing, which is largely misrepresenting, largely accidentally, probably.
Okay. This is what I got to figure out. This is what I got to figure out is wrong with your brain. With what's wrong with your take on this? Because
I liked the first way better. We can leave it there.
Well, I was trying to make a silly way to say it. The things that the Globies, okay, and I don't mean Joe Cool. Joe Cool is one of the Globies where he'll say shit that's not true, and I'll be like, I'll be in the backstage like, Joe, just shut up because you're right, but you're wrong about the explanation, and you're just gonna ruin this. If you guys would hear out the true Globies, you can't say no. Like Z used to deny the Greek shadow thing.
Okay, are you having the flat Earth debate with me, but trying to make it look like it's not? The
No,
flat Earth
I'm replying to you saying both sides are doing the same thing, and that's not true because the globies are not wrong.
Tom, what then the literal fuck?
I don't know why you're like
you
this.
understand
You said
understand
you
how
were allegedly one of the on the fence people that just doesn't know. Even Paul Enslaved claims he just doesn't know. But neither of you want to hear why one of them is correct.
Here's the thing: is I have my opinion. I never tried to make it.
I don't have an opinion.
Because it's too much of a pain in the ass, and it's religious for people.
No, it's not religious. This is my science. This is my weak side, not the frosting side. We'll say frosting is my my Jesus spiritual side. This is the wheat side with the degree and stuff.
Whoa,
I know.
Whoa. Jesus spiritual side? He doesn't have. Wow.
My brain knows that rule,
Fucking A,
and my faith knows. Yeah, we just take that acid stance.
You need to
on
back
it
up and listen to Dave again. Say how you know what you've been told.
It's okay. That's another fallacy. We'll just loop it until it repeats, and you guys
We've
get
been
it.
looping this for a year, Tom. The only
Okay,
reason
I just told you up here. Hey, this is my show, and I don't mod God people like you do. I just told you I'm not globy because somebody said globe, and I just believe it. I'm trying to tell you guys how to know globe, and to shorten it down for future reference. Drop all space travel. Let's forget space travel, moon landing. Fucking drop it. Irrelevant. Let's just stick with the basic how you know globe. Because no matter what's in these little Tic Tac ships, whenever they show up, no matter who gets out, they're going to be like, guys, you really still on that play planet? Still on that play planet tip, man? Oh, man. Are you coming? Are you host bodying me?
I already came.
We almost got some Cletus, man. I thought we were going to get some Cletus right there. Almost went Cletus. He can host body me because he's host bodied me before, so now it's easier to get host bodied by.
I don't know who Cletus is or what host.
Cletus Musk. If you don't know who he is, you can't be. You were never my best friend.
You know that I don't
You're
get
never my best friend.
I have a bad
And this
memory,
is
and
why-
I don't get pop culture references because I don't watch movies.
Wait. Were you where we were watching me on Machine Lies as the alien run Paul off? Were you there for that?
Yeah. I saw
Yeah, that was Cletus. Cletus Musk is that
okay,
alien.
right. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of my least favorite filters, by the way.
Oh yeah, because it's hideous looking.
Yeah.
Originally that filter was just gonna be really blank, uptight, robed guys, and they were gonna be the primary opposition.
Yes,
of,
I do. I have the same map you use.
Panelverse,
I
like
use the
the
same
Marvel
map you
side
do,
of this
Sean.
bullshit. But yeah, that night I was pressed for.
How come you don't use an
because
AU map?
it can't be the
centered from
green
South Pole for the
Eon
Southern
thrust
Hemisphere, Sean Hawkins? You
thing.
fucking
That'd be two
retard
different reasons.
chomo.
You have a lot more storylines circulating in your head at any given time than I do. Like,
yeah, and I don't even get them out onto my fucking platform because I also learned video editing as I rushed into this, so it's hard to meet the production of the idea level. But I just wait and see what's going on when I can actually do stuff and just make it work.
yeah.
No one's ever gonna find it as an Easter egg. Like whenever all this panel shit's played out and done, and we're just known as, it's public Zoom call. No one's ever gonna come back and look through our shit. Anybody with that kind of
with
that kind of time is going to be in an apocalypse that wouldn't have the internet or the power.
But see, like, I get it because you, I think, only go back and watch shit when you're looking for something specific. I do. That's the only reason I watch old shit.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't go back. Oh God, help me if I go back and watch.
But I think that there are more people who watch replay shit than we give it credit for.
Well, yeah, because replay shit is different if you're never live and you're never on a panel. If you're interested in it just for what it is, like WWE.
I don't use an AE map to navigate with, retard. I use a Rand McNally map specifically for the area in which I'm in. And you know what? They're flat, you fucking chomo.
Like Paul just privatized his whole first channel, you know?
Yeah,
maybe you weren't done fucking season 3 Polyverse before it went pimp. I don't know.
No, I thought you said, because you said I came in at season 2 and I didn't.
No,
come
I'm
in
saying
until-
if somebody just
So check this out. One this retard over here said to me, I said the globe is scientifically impossible. And this guy says, "Are you fucking retarded?" At Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, the heliocentric model is provably false. That is what I've been saying here, pretty daft, guy? Right? And I said, "You are correct. The heliocentric model is impossible." Thank you, Burt Monroe. What a fucking momo.
Was saying the shit he was saying. I was like, let's get it on, boy. It's just whoever
We're
sees this
using
live got the
geometry, the
got the benefit of
Cartesian.
seeing it. And I did record my first showing. I went back like 3 times because he streamed for like 15 hours. But I got the first visit screen grab because that's the one that's important.
See, because that's the thing about Sean Hawkins, that poor little lonely son of a bitch. He's got to do this so that he can fulfill his obligation to stay out of prison, okay? Because he'll be killed in prison. So this is what he does.
We're around here.
It's more legit drama than this bullshit we call community. Before we'd ever get here, these are older guys that have been starting fires. They've been low-key pawn in their own style. They've low-key been pawn slaving this whole a lot of channels before we even were a panel bird.
So
That's
like
what kind of lore I'm
schooler
seeing.
thing.
Like
So we're the new school.
Yeah, we're like the millennials. This panelverse shit. These
okay,
guys have these guys are boomers that have other boomers really convinced. And Monograph attaches to this shit, not in like a negative way, but that shit too. It's just human on human going fuck this guy. Same way you could be.
Flow, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
That's what I said.
Up to the live.
And I
like that time the high-ranking U.S. commander got sniped or taken out. There he is.
What happened?
Yeah, he said all the American grunts, they were so emotionally wrecked about that commander getting taken out. And he said there was just dudes like honking and talking shit in the traffic stops that they just like pull them out and slam the car door on heads and stuff. Like that day they went on like a reckoning thing with the regular operations. So I get it. He's this guy that you were talking to sounds like he doesn't lose it like that. But he is that tyrannical thing. I think Joe Cool could have asked better questions. There's a better grilling Joe Cool could have done. The same way he can't help me to the max on space and globe stuff. He didn't do his full efficiency. He could have been there. It's because he's got that mindset of, oh, you're not supposed to be on the phone. Like, go catch the real shit. And when you catch the real shit, stick it in and twist it. Flip it. Flip it on him. Because why are you off stage, Flow State? Oh, I got to do it. My bad. My bad. I forgot. It's after you were playing and pausing the video so much, I forgot I'm.
I was wondering the same thing. I was like, is this motherfucker going to bring me up? No, I hit the X button on accident. Do we want to do the other thing from today?
I was just about to ask you this. I can still bring those guys up and we can go on whatever we covered they want to do, but that's what I was going to ask you. We were kind of getting into the fucking Cook state of like, I know they titled this and we started out talking about this, but this is what Jack gets mad about. This is just the thing that people talking always does unless you're in a trial or a science fucking job somewhere that's like expecting results from whoever's paying you.
Yeah, I think Jack was in the wrong earlier, and I think that he admitted that quickly. You know, I think he acknowledged that.
Right, but I'm saying other panelists, I've seen both like chat panel members and other hosts get mad that this happens, and I'm always like, look, host, you want us to get back on that subject? Say the word. We'll go back to that subject. But if you're mad at us for the thing that happens naturally, even before internet, if you're mad about that happening among just rando people and plebs, sorry, can't do nothing for you. That's what happens. We can only go back to the subject if that's what you're like. Stop.
If as a host, if the panel is moved away from where you want it to be, that's nobody's fault at all except for your own because you're the host.
And I'll admit, this thing people
That's what I
accuse me
said,
of,
our
and
poll.
because right now what we're doing is we're talking about the
Pretty much I said this stream isn't the mic drop you thought it was going to be, was it, Illumitomi? And I put some laughy faces and shit, you know. He doesn't have
if they do know about it, you know. It's not going to be the biggest thing of YouTube. And also it's like public Zoom calls. You win some, you lose some. Some days are fire. You can't be frosty every day. And that's why I wouldn't stream every day by any means. Give yourself a break.
Let me just say, I think that the thing that we just reviewed was kind of a nothing burger. I do agree with you. You didn't.
Oh no! It doesn't have to be over. Because I just saw him saying this shit in chat. I'm gonna drop the link as we keep dicking around about it.
Let me make if this were my stream, I would hit the other thing that we were referencing. And
too late. We've already run past it. He's talking shit. See, that's the thing. I respect you saying that, and you are correct because it's not your stream, and I don't always stick to my titles and stuff. And that motherfucker has shown that he's still in the chat.
Boo-boo.
Yeah. We'll roll with this. I'm not saying sky's the limits. We'll see how long see how long I feel like it's lucrative. See how this motherfucker, and the way he's carried himself in the chat tonight. I'm just interested to see how he's gonna come up here. I'm fucking up this.
He's fucking up.
But think about how much more tension we could have stirred up if we went through this thing, and then if we briefly touch on Mandela, because that's the thing that I don't agree with him on, but you probably do agree with him on. This is all sorts of fuck.
You know what? I might have to host a Mandela and shit, because that is another thing I'm neglecting, and people should have been on my ass about this too. And any future host, mind what I'm about to say. Hold on, let me see if I paste the.
You did not drop the link.
Yeah, my laptop's doing it slow. You saw me like getting confused between devices.
I saw.
Yeah. I haven't done certain types of panels because I've already been part of them. I've seen them be all around the community, but I do owe it to the community to attempt each common subject matter with a panel, simply because of how I will personally run it. That's
I don't know
what will
do
change between hosts, is everybody has to try how their style is versus who shows up.
I would think you would owe it to yourself. Do you have a perspective that you think needs to be expressed in a manner that you're in control of? Basically,
why you're saying that, or what you're saying, is why I wasn't even doing it. But hold on, I'm slow because between the laptop and the phone, my brain's trying to switch.
Yeah. I know how hard it is to talk and type and shit. I'll fuck with the chat for a minute while you do your thing or whatever you're doing.
No, I got it now. What you're saying is why I wasn't.
Dipshit to put a link.
But I've always said whether it's a fire night or a nothing night is just that equation of who shows up, what mood each individual person that shows up is in, how they already interact as those different one-on-ones, but as a file, all those different things changed up. So yeah, I do have to.
So I guess one more time I'm going to try suggesting. Let's hit this for 10 minutes.
The Sovin Stabley stuff?
No, the snitch stuff.
The
or
what?
5 minutes even. It's really not a complicated thing. There's not a lot to dive into.
Of what?
Of how fucking absurd it is to think that anybody stands for rights, principles, freedoms, or any virtues at all, when obviously at the drop of a trivial internet disagreement, not even a beef.
All right, so
you're going to turn into a snitch.
This out of here and go with.
Oh, we could say that about certain people.
Move this, okay, and stop that screen. I'm going to share. Okay, and bring it here. Oh yeah, that's fine. All right.
Thing that the way the truth and the light would have even been pressing. The reason I can be in the science in a college level and still be a
Now, let's see
Christian
if he realizes
is
I'm
science has
backstage
not
or not.
debunked God. God does not disagree with science because it's
Yeah, I don't think that
study
the
of
two
it.
should be. I don't think the two are at odds. I think we would agree with
No,
that.
they're not at odds because originally it was the search. It was just God
Backstage
believers
waiting on Tommy.
either studying how it works or seeking closer. And it was never out to divide, but Beast System turned it into a divide thing.
I agree with that. Fuck.
I clicked that. It'll take a couple seconds. I'm bringing Sob on. Yeah, I want to finish this main thing up while it's like the fresh thing and the intentional thing. Then we can take it wherever, as long as there's some Rage Monday to it. And I
High five, Sob.
What's happening, man?
Hold on, I'm not sure if we're all
I
here
don't know.
yet.
Apparently, you guys are disagreeing on. I'm still confused. I think I'm a weird choice of guess for Tom to do this with, since I agree with you on the topic. But I don't understand Tommy's methods.
I understand that I come off confusing and scattered, but if you just can stick with me, it's
hard,
like
man.
I'm gonna bring it all together.
It's really hard. It's like watching somebody keep changing the channels on a fucking.
No, but
TV,
that's
you know?
because flatties are constantly shotgunning their trivia, and you won't accept moving on or staying on a point with the Globies thing. You must keep shotgunning trivia.
No, man, listen. I asked you a question that I asked many people, right? And you're the very first person that ever gave me this response. I said, what makes you believe that you live on a globe? And you said, I have to go check my information.
Okay, here's my point, Sav. And we're not going to get off of the fact this was about your bullshit he threatened to kill us thing. That's what we're going to fucking mic drop up here.
That was on my channel. It was deleted. My channel that got taken down by fucking YouTube, bro.
Okay. Yeah, and why are your people saying you told everyone to
Why are
strike
you
it?
asking me why other people are doing things?
Because they're vouching for you on this death
I
threat
don't
thing.
control other people, and they were there when you did, in fact.
Okay, now this is how you're on bullshit.
You did indeed. You got angry because you were all tweaked out.
We just watched it,
That wasn't the stream. I'm sorry.
Stop. We just watched
that
it.
Wasn't the stream. That stream was on a channel that no longer exists, and there is no recording of it.
Where I threatened your life?
Me and Stavely both. You said you were going to shoot us.
Oh,
no.
You know what you just did?
You said you were going to come kill us.
Buddy.
Listen,
you're sitting up here. You're standing on. You're standing on the. I threaten you. Hold
I
on.
don't care about it, right? Because
I do.
Well, why? Because everybody knows you're a fruitcake. Right? So that's no big deal. That's not like you're saving your reputation or any fucking thing, right? Okay. So
if you could see my eyes behind these flames of truth. I am at a loss. I knew this guy was a stupid.
No, man, I'm
poop.
just telling you. I'm just saying. I don't care because I know you say a lot of.
Do you realize what layers of cog dis you're operating on right now?
Dude, you're the only one with cog dis. That's why you get angry about the.
No, you.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have.
Stop. I don't think you understand what I've been saying about what you've been saying and then what you came here and said.
What did I?
You're saying now that me threatening you and Brian Stavely's life, those receipts don't exist. You can never get. You just have to take our word for it. You're saying they have to believe it because they were told.
They might
You're
be on my
saying
old
that
computer.
you
I can
told
maybe
them
look for
I
it.
threatened the earth's shape, and that's the only thing you got to stand on.
Do you want me to look for it? I might have it on my old computer. I can go do a search on it tomorrow.
We just watched it.
You watched what you think is that. But the reality,
I haven't been to your channel that many times
and
to even be talking about
Tommy, and every time you've come, you've acted like an asshole, man. It doesn't matter.
You're an asshole. We could watch the Geek Squad video.
I'm always an asshole.
You're
after
a
I come
fucking
too.
senile old coot.
Oh, really?
Do you understand how I almost hunted Snafu down on the PDF thing?
Do you know how I don't give a flying rat's
Okay, so
ass?
But
that
you're
was an implied
doing that, but with death threats. You're snafuing death threats.
What in the fuck has that got to do with anything in the at all? What are you?
Because Snafu was shown everything he had to say about PDF, and everybody, including people that hate me, was like, Snafu, he's not a PDF. And you're doing that with death threats. You're snafuing a bunch of bullshit, and that 4,000 plus subscriber Brian Stabley is accomplice to it.
Mm-hmm. Are you done?
Tom,
What
what is
more
it
do
you
you
want?
need?
What is it you want out of this? Like, what would resolve this for you?
Flow State, you just sat here and said this cracker right here didn't threaten anybody's life.
I don't think that you made an implied threat. That's correct.
This
Until just now. I think you did just now, but not in the
How
video.
did I threaten his life right now?
But with reference to how you almost hunted down Snaps.
Oh, I threatened Snafu's life.
Right.
I very much said, Snafu, if you ever surprise me in Denver after a year and a half of calling me a PDF, I can't promise you I won't just quick draw, because why else would you appear before me as a surprise? Like, I was just saying, I hope you never cross my path in Denver after a year and a half of broadcasting I'm a PDF. Because I already would think, because he's already was saying he has people watching my door. He tries to say how many times I left that day.
I get
That's
it.
all
I get
very
it. I would
much
be pissed at Snaps too. I'd be furious if that were me.
right. So I would always say, find a jury that would convict me. You know.
And I mean,
this guy, he's not endangering me as much as standing on his word wizard opinion boomer bullshit.
You're
Like,
endangering
he will
yourself when you hand
continue to
people the
say I
target.
threaten his life. Brian Stabley will continue to say I threaten their lives. That was the receipts they could have, if any.
Nobody took it as a credible threat, Tommy. No one.
Oh,
thinks
well,
that
for
you
months,
got the-
we can go back to you. We can go back to you on, was it Flow State or Jack, where you recently were like, oh, yeah, you definitely threatened our lives.
Yeah.
And then in We Are Awake, I had Brian Stabley down there. No, you definitely threatened our lives.
Dude,
I fucking didn't. And your chatters like Renee,
listen, you
whatever
were in the middle
fuck
of
her
your
name is.
Paul shit, and you said
What?
that, yeah, because you were using his phrasing. You said that if we didn't come correct on the globe, you were going to find us and kill us.
I don't believe that whatsoever. I don't say shit like that, you liar.
You were, that if we
flag
didn't
on the
come
flag.
correct.
Flag on that.
Find it. Is that what you stand on? Is I directly said I will hunt you down and kill you if you don't
stand
go
on
globe?
what I know, okay? And
No, I'm saying is that your final answer?
Here's what you don't
I
understand.
said I would hunt down you and Brian Stabley on the shape debate.
Tommy, here's what you don't understand.
Answer yes or no. Is
I
that
didn't
your
hear you. I
final
wasn't
answer
listening.
that you can go?
Okay, so
Hey, listen, dude. Listen,
I'm going
you're
to
at
say
Rage
what I
Monday.
want to say,
Hey,
and when
hey,
I'm done saying
hey,
it, then I'll let you know. Right?
Hey, old man. Hey. You're at Rage Monday, and I don't mod God except for muting to get people on that back and forth shit. And you're not on that back and forth shit.
I'm not. You didn't let me say what I had to say. So
no, I'm replying to the last time you got to say, and you still talk over like a fucking Manel. And this is Rage Monday, faggot.
I wasn't.
We don't monetize on Rage Monday. We don't mod God unless you're snafu level and you're getting close to that.
Tommy, Mr. 450 subscribers, don't blow your
Hey,
channel by using
faggot
the
punching
F-word.
down. That makes you punching down, faggot ass old man.
No,
remember
what I'm
whenever
saying
I
is you're
busted
gonna
you out
lose
on
your
Moose's
channel.
Oh, I got 3 channels. I got 3
Well,
channels. Then why you got to
Then
hog
use it
Moose's
up.
channel
Use
talking
it
about
up,
your
bro.
3 channels?
Use it up then. Go ahead and get yourself banned for using that word. Go ahead.
Fuck you, old man. I'm just saying you need to shut the fuck up and get on the back and forth thing and don't say I'm not on it. This is my house tonight. I'll keep you on it. And if you're not on it, then you're the one fucking up. Because I'm all about that back and forth. Don't listen to what your daddy told you.
So me and Flow State are about the only fucking thing you got on here that people would be willing to watch. Outside of that, I guarantee you, take us off.
Fuck
and watch
it
your
is,
shit
Paul
drop.
and Slave.
Watch
I've been doing my thing. I don't give a fuck about views.
I only give a fuck about this community that partakes and views and travels. I only give a fuck that they see my take because a lot of them are coming around.
Yeah, but there's not very
to
many.
your bullshit, to Paul's bullshit, to various people's bullshit, and it's the truther community, right?
I could fit the people that are going to see this.
It's the truther community, right?
Let me jump in here. Tom,
no, you fucking answer me too, Flow State. Are you in some kind of truther community?
The power of Christ compels you.
Hold on, where's my hat?
These guys must not. Tom, you know what, chat? You know what I can tell you about these guys?
Let the Lord come through and demonize this child.
Amen.
You know what I can tell you about these guys, chat? They haven't watched a lot of Rage Mondays. They don't know what they're talking about. They didn't have the respect to know.
Repent, sinner. Repent, sinner.
It'd be cool if like the eye filter went away, like after we exercise. Tom,
what's up, John?
I think you're right in the statement that a lot of people are coming around to seeing things how they are. That said, this point that we're having contention over is not one anybody's really going to feel strongly about.
Okay. He's a meth head and he likes to fucking rage out.
Are you talking about me or Tom?
Well, who do you think I'm talking about?
Now, as I was saying, you guys don't fucking catch a lot of fucking lore. You don't catch a lot of fucking Rage Monday. I'm not a mod god. Fuck what Paul Enslaved told you. Fuck what EBT tells you. Fuck what anybody fucking tells you. I don't mod god. And sorry, Flo, my shit was lagged enough. I didn't know you were still sitting there to fucking reply. I will get this back and forth, or you're the ones that can run. Because I'm the OG for I'm sick of this bullshit going around about me and other people. I wasn't the only motherfucker that Snafu called a PDF incessantly. And I didn't go around just talking me, I hate it. I was saying we hate it. And I don't see Jack Talcott doing much whenever he's bitching about patterns that he's suffering from people. I like Jack. But guys, I've always been waiting for enough people to just shut the fuck up and listen. I only seem arrogant because this community isn't as smart as they think. And I already know we're not going anywhere as public Zoom calls because I came from the smarter status quo of there's smarter. There's the people manipulating our reality and our government. But you guys, and I say this for every channel that I could say and none of us would say, who's that? I say this for everybody. None of you are as smart as you fucking think you are. And the thing you're wrong about me on is thinking I think I'm smarter than I am because I don't. Just between me and the regular chat, me and most of these hosts, you motherfuckers aren't as smart as you think you are. And when you come to this channel and get that back and forth, we'll find out on each individual situation. We'll find out if I'm the one that thought I was smarter. If you're the one that thought you were smarter. And I'm telling you, flat people, there's a default to this shape thing where like, get out of here with your fucking bullshit. Now let's try this old coot without fucking Flow State for a minute. See how it goes.
Yeah, man. Right on.
So let me ask you something, Sav.
You built a computer one time?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you ever do with it?
Oh, it's old, obsolete, gone.
Oh, the respect.
You know, people's taking in phones there and pulling the gold and shit out.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you back?
It's very disrespectful because you've shown that you didn't wisely use that backstage time to understand what's going on.
Understand about what? You're over here just ranting about a bunch of nonsense.
Right. That's what you got out of that?
Yeah.
All right. See, now, even though we will never have some possibility of getting you on a rational, fact-based communication.
We can. Where do you want to start?
Anybody that's been watching this and is bothering, I mean, if they showed up, why not pay the attention? I mean, you get in for free. Why not pay the attention to actually follow what's going on? and get something out of it.
Nothing was going on. You were just raging out.
Not with you, no.
And how
and so
how
in
your
this,
book. Hold
you
on.
have
Hold
only
on.
hurt your own
I got
credibility.
the gist of what you said. You said that your book learned bullshit that's printed in some fucking Rockefeller textbook
Not what I said.
outweighs what anybody else with
Not what I
logic
said at all.
does. That's what you were saying.
Not what I said at all.
Oh, okay.
So how am I supposed to respect? Listen, I put a funny picture up of you and Ryan Stabley.
Yeah.
Let it sit for an extra week because I had shit come up in my IRL.
You could have done better on that. That was pretty poorly done.
No, you're not worth it. That's what I'm saying.
Either way,
I'm
just gonna
saying
say, the product of a person's craftsmanship.
You're just
is
talking
a
over me.
reflection of themselves. Okay. Right.
See, I don't know if I did a dramatic backstage or if my shit's lagging. It's comical like that.
Yeah, well, I get
But I'll bring them
that
back
too
up
here, man. Sometimes this little thing, and you look up there where it tells you how many people are watching, and sometimes
No.
you
See, you're off on a tangent.
No, I'm just telling you. You'll see a little thing when your internet connection starts to get like freaky, and it'll look like your Wi-Fi thing on your phone. And if it gets too bad,
This is the most boomer thing you could do right now.
You know,
he's gonna tell me.
Whatever.
I used to project manage for teams that installed a low voltage system that was embedded because of the 9/11 event.
Cool.
And you're gonna tell me about some fucking streaming bandwidth?
So the Earth's still not a globe, regardless.
But why do you think, disregarding what I was saying while you were backstage, why do you feel like you're in some kind of upper hand?
You're going to stick me backstage like some kind of a fucking asshole. Why would I want to listen to you? I got my own show going right now.
Where you stick me backstage and not listen to me. That's what we just watched at the beginning.
You interrupt. That's because you don't let nobody talk.
No. This is where that happens, you old coot.
Yeah. That's exactly why.
No. This is where the back and forth happens.
Yes.
You have yet to do it because you're not staying on the subject.
What is the subject?
The fucking death threat bullshit.
Okay.
And we are at a very precarious stop on that, where I can't believe you don't have a leg to stand on and you want to stay on that.
I'm going to stay on it. I know what I saw.
Right. You have no credibility.
I know what I saw and I know what I heard.
You
also went on a rampage. You also went on a rampage where you were in the chat talking about you were going to do everything in your power to get my channel shut down if I don't admit Earth is a globe. Now, you psychopath. That's documented too.
No, that I did say, but I said I was going to strike your channel.
It's because you're a psychopath.
Are we going to have a back and forth?
You're a psychopath.
We got to stay on the points you're trying to say and run off.
I'm telling you the points. You're a fucking psychopath.
What would you think of your society if Paul Enslaved was in charge and he was just saying the things he said happened?
In charge of what? If he was in charge of what? Why would I give a fuck what Paul Enslaved says or does?
I'm going to give Flow State the chance to be some kind of interpreter if Flow State can even understand what the fuck I'm saying.
I don't think anybody can.
I'm literally just setting up my own stream to cover this shit.
Why? I only had you backstage to maintain what my Rage Monday is. The thing you came in here.
Yeah, because I think that you're mistaken about what you think that we just come here to learn from you and be backstage and hear you scream at us about shit that we don't agree with.
No, I'm saying there isn't a channel of all this talk.
If you want to backstage
talk
me,
you hear about back and forth.
I'll say it on my own fucking channel.
No.
Of all this shit we hear host after host saying about you don't want to have a back and forth in the chat, like, hey, let him talk, let him say his thing, have a back and forth. You guys have no place you actually get that yet. You can get that here. I have never been opposed to that. Yeah, guys, there's been times that a show has been a wash and I do a funny thing where I rant and run and talk and say a lot of things. Not when we're trying to get factual about death threats, PDFs, science fact, isness of these conspiracies. the is of what the danger is, what your responsibility, what your power even is to do anything responsible.
So I'm gonna
In
give you
all
your
those
30 second
situations,
fucking.
it's all about a back and forth, baby.
Okay,
You guys are not having it yet. And I can go NPR at any moment. Whenever you're ready to
you
get on
think
back
that a
and forth.
back and forth is us listening while you tell us the
No. I listen to your shit. I've listened to every take you've had about this video. I've tried to hear out everything Sav has come up in here and said, despite the incessant offshooting to getting the seed fucking DNA. He is still standing on this is what Tom said meant, and this is what happens, and I'm standing on it, and I have no more video proof to back that up. And
wow,
he's just gonna repeat it.
What the fuck are you even going on about, man?
So why do you think you'd be able to even touch space travel, shape of the earth, when you can't even stay straight on your own accusations or your dick swinging enough to admit you're wrong?
I'm not wrong.
I've admitted when I was wrong.
Hey,
The bearded guys, the bearded guys
shirt.
were not
Read
recycled
my
on
shirt.
fallen slave. I was wrong about that. I took that video down.
Read my shirt. I'm
No.
not arguing. I'm just explaining why you're fucking wrong, bro.
Projecting.
Okay. So your little fucking tweaked out problem, whatever it is, has nothing to do with the earth being a scientific.
We're not talking about the shape of the earth. We're talking about you talking openly on an internet that a man is PDF when he's not PDF.
I never said anything about that.
No, you said I made death threats. It's still a very strong
So
thing.
how does that make you a PDF?
It's still a strong
How does
thing
that
of the
make you
thing.
a PDF,
You could go out here and say I had steak every night of the week. I wouldn't
threaten
care
all
that you were
kinds of
wrong.
people. You threaten people all the fucking time.
Only the ones that say they're on the
that
way
makes
to my
it
house.
okay that you can just.
Are you
threaten
having a
people.
back and forth right now,
man?
Are you having a back and
Yes,
forth right
I am
now?
having a back and forth.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're jumping. You're
No,
shotgunning.
no, you have
No,
more
now I
front.
threaten all
You
kinds
have
of people
more
all the
forth
time.
than there is back. You have all forth and no back. You understand? You're all
You don't
broadcast,
even know
no
what I've
receive.
said yet.
You're all broadcast, no receive.
So this could be the
Projecting.
place where everybody talks and people don't just talk over each other.
No. Here's what we default to. This is supposed to be the one fucking place that you get to see Tom's take, Tom's true shit. You can't sit here and overtalk me because you don't let me do it to you, do you? And if I want to stay on your panel flow state, if I want to stay on your panel, I got to come to your fucking Nazi cotton sensibilities, right?
You don't have to do shit.
I'm not doing that to you guys. I'm saying you can call me a faggot. I'm saying you can say I'm a methy. I'm saying you can say I'm a PDF, but you must have that trade of ideas. It must be clean, concise, and everybody must hear and be clear on both sides. And this is where you get the best chance to discern and decide if you can find truth, if you can figure out the truth. Like when I told cops and Walmart loss prevention, here's a roll that equals $600 of small bills. That's a $10 item. It's logical why I missed it. Why would I steal the shit? And I showed up to court with the receipt because I went to the next Walmart when they released me to get it because I fucking needed it. Now, if that doesn't pertain to anybody and you can all see how that's logical, what I just said, they were fucking you, those cops and those loss prevention, why do you not see you can't do that whenever you're emotionally invested in the subject, aka Mandela, fucking plate planet, or as Paul Unslaved likes to say, Mandala, the Mandala Hall, the Taj Mandala Hall. Fucking fat, fucking grimace fucker. Now tell me I'm wrong. I'm bringing you back up, you old coot, against my better judgment. Tell me.
No, you're not. You're not bringing me back up at all. You can fuck off. You can fuck off. I'm not doing it. So sorry, Illumitami, I had to roll.
You going back on you, Owen?
So let's unfucking mute this dickwad.
Maybe just irrelevant drama between two parties. Let me hear that shit.
The fact
A
that
bit
you,
bland.
the fact that you can behave like this and then say it's not your ego, like is crazy.
It's not my ego. I am infuriated with you and that fucker not fucking shutting up, even when you know I'm the one at risk of my mod god's death. You know I have the key.
What are
You
you
know I have the button. You still can't give me just a. It's all I'm asking for is taking turns back and forth. And then through that taking turns, I can stop my opposition on each. Oh, Sav, now you're starting the shotgun. Now you're getting off of the whole point. You're not on the death threat. You're trying to go back to shape debate. See, on this back and forth, I save us so much time. I can save us the trouble of what was going to happen in that video that you just can't be bothered to watch, even though I told you that's what we were going to do, and that's what you showed up for.
So,
fucking subject. It happens to have to do with me. God forbid somebody else have to put up with some like PDF death threat fucking shit just
but you
because
see how this isn't really even compelling to basically anybody. It's old as fuck. It's arbitrary. It's
but Flow State, this is your thing. You are the guy that's just here to see if you can milk this cow. You're fucking leeching off all the lore you're seeing with us.
I'm here because I was invited and I trusted that you had to have something more.
No, to this channel. Yeah, Flow State. I'm saying you're on YouTube for the possible cash cow. You don't really have a stake in this. You just cynically fucking oppose when you feel like it, like religious
if I were
Cynthia's,
here
like
for
the
the cash
religion.
cow, that would be more honorable. Supporting my family would be more honorable than what I'm here for, which is basically entertainment.
Well, you're still off for a monetizing thing, and yes, you're here for entertainment, but I watch what you're doing. I literally gave the fucking lore thing, and then with the fucking Juicy J, you were like, yeah, it's just like this. It's like this. Like, dude, you are just you're almost like the most participating observer. It's like you're a cast member that you don't give a fuck enough to be part of the thing. Like, you're always there to cynical and question, but you can't really be part of the thing because you will maintain that.
I'm just not emotionally tangled up in other people's accepting my perspective the way that you seem to be.
No, we're talking about truth.
If I would look, coming to YouTube to argue with a bunch of motherfuckers is not where truth is. This is not where people come to look for truth. You're not here for truth. I'm not here
about
for truth.
this
Anybody
process.
who says that they're here participating in this for truth is
No.
full of shit.
Well, you're full of shit if that's not. I'm getting what I'm here for. And this process is part of that. I mean, if I could have came in and said,
you already know all the truth. Why would you need to go anywhere for the truth?
I don't know all the truth. I know the truth about why these motherfuckers making these PDF death threat claims are wrong. And through that challenge, if you listen to how I'm dissecting their falsities and proving they're wrong, you will all be better equipped for the seeking of truth, and by being more aware of that are assisting me in keeping my awareness of how to know and find truth.
All right.
Neither of those are true because you're not. Neither of those exchanges are happening. You're insisting that you know the truth and we don't, which is arrogant as fuck.
No, you're not listening to me, Flow State, or maybe you're just going to reach a level that I can't.
You're not. You will not be held. You want us to be a check to make sure that you're in line with the truth.
I want everybody to be checking each other. I want Paul's people to be going, why are you and Snafu laughing about Snafu policy replying? And I want to not be seeing, I want to be like off on an island with a drink in my hand and maybe bitches. I don't even want that future, but I want to be away from the panelverse, not aware of what's going on. And you guys would be doing that. Like, hey, Paul, why are you talking about against policy and policy enforcers? And you're laughing that Snafu is like cupcake into that pogo game. That's what I've been doing to you guys. I don't fucking particularly have any love, hate in particularly weighing about anybody that I never interact with in person. I do feel empathy when
How
somebody
long
comes
have
on
you
like my
been
mom
hung up
does.
on this video, this topic that we covered tonight? How long have you been hung up on this?
Let's hit
recently with the Brian Stabley and everybody resurrecting this death threat thing. I got back on it like, well, now I need to see this. I can't find the fucking stream that it happened on. Nut House dropped this. And so after months and months of this lie and just recently being like, oh, this is it. This is a good chance to show you guys why I'm never going to budge on Globe, never going to budge on PDF, never going to budge on death threats. And if I see that happening to someone that I can
there's the ego. There's the ego. That was
That's
the
not
ego
ego.
right there.
That's not ego.
You are so convinced that you know that you cannot be mistaken.
No. If it's something that I don't know, I'll just say it. Like, give me something that doesn't involve this drama. That's
How
like
could
epic.
you know what you don't know?
Yeah, how do you know what you don't know?
I can know what I know.
You don't,
and that's what you guys don't want to own up to.
So you've never ever in your life experienced something happen like where you thought you knew something but were wrong. You've never had that
all
experience.
the time.
We're trying to figure
just
that
not
out.
in this community because you guys are on some dumb shit.
So
bro,
this guy came
your
out
cognitive dissonance is staggering. And I'm not saying
No.
that. I'm using that as an argument.
Okay, and
It's
as
literally
you come
staggering.
at me, dude, come at me. Tell me how.
I'm saying I don't know how to show you how. I'm not saying that to be insulting. I'm saying that
I do know how to show people they're wrong.
Somebody else put a video out about it. And
If it's a subject that I know I have the like, you just moved the goalpost tonight over the fucking machine lies thing. I just showed you what the original issue was. You were wrong. You said that event never happened. We never were sitting and talking about his marriage, and you were never talking shit.
What I said is I never encouraged you to try to.
That's not what it was. And I'll be able to show you that you're wrong on that.
All right,
We'll
well, you
probably
go
move
find
again.
screen record this so that you have this receipt ready when you find that receipt, so we don't have to do this again.
No, I gave you that receipt tonight to just be done with it and not have that project. But I can show you how you're wrong. There's some things, okay, like I've said it with God. I tell everybody I'm a Christian, I'm a Jesus follower. I will never be able to prove God. Christianity is full blown. That's the point of it. That's the point of religion. You can't have that. Like, God would be the reason he'll never leave you that one true missing link. There it is. Now you can't deny it. Because his game and requirement of faith is that you can't ever prove it. I can prove to you that you're on a globe. I don't have to have faith that it's a globe. I don't have to believe. I know we are on a globe. And you can too. It's not pompous. It's not ego. And my inquisition is what is
no, it's not that.
You don't have a
cannot rip it.
No, it's real knowledge.
And then they still say, if you show me that it's a globe, I'll just
shut
believe
him
it.
down here in a minute.
And now carry that over to that cog dis is calling me a PDF from some angles, calling me a death threat maker from other angles. And every time I've ever truly been making threats, I can show that, oh yeah, JG is saying he's outside my door. JG is saying come outside that he's outside. And I'm saying, JG, if you hop trains to find me and tell me to come outside over internet fucking panel bullshit, I'm gonna come out there and shoot you. I don't know why you're here. You're snafu to me. And a month or two later, he reveals he was never even here. I didn't go outside that night because I wasn't going to kill a man that wanted to get himself shot. And then when I asked, hey, JG, are you on the street right now? It's fucking snowing. I can't have you just crashing on the street in Denver. Oh, I was never there.
What a bunch of
whatever you guys got, not just flow state. Anybody that wants to say it's ego. Anybody that wants to say I'm doing that stuff I found. Anybody that wants to say anything, come here. Because when I say come here, it's not to be a poly boy. You're doing it, flow state. We just sat here and had back and forth.
So anyway,
that's
no,
all
you
I
sat
was
here
waiting
and
for.
talked while I set up a stream on my end.
No, you're
That
going to
was not a
mod
back
God.
and forth.
Hey, let's.
You're going to mod God.
Let's go over to.
You said it. You said you're tyrannical over there. I respect it. I know how you'll be, and you said that's how it's going to be. So did Paul.
You thought we had a back and forth while I was literally setting up a stream and not engaging in the conversation.
Well, you accidentally did it right. So you just saw
No,
people.
just
You
hear
weren't
it.
really hearing what I
I
was
mean,
saying.
I
just listen to
wasn't
his reasoning. It's
discussing.
sad.
You are
There's no
confused about what a
reasoning.
back and forth is.
Child.
You were the only one talking.
So,
Well, that was my
let's take
turn.
away
Did you have
another
something to
view.
reply, or were you just setting up a stream and
The
you don't
time
know
it
what
took
I
me
said?
to set this up, to make a thumbnail, to fucking share screen and start recording, that was your
Why were
turn.
you doing that right now?
Because when you mod got me and backstage me.
Chad, I need to talk to you. I haven't been watching the chat. I've caught a few chats here and there, but I've very much been focused on my guests, on my words.
All right, Tommy. We're gonna go over on the flow states. We're gonna go watch this over on flow states.
The man just can't do it.
No, he can't.
Seasons here.
He's
We've
retarded.
eventually had beef with
He's
how I
retarded.
conduct
Hang on, I gotta
myself,
do
whether
something
or
here.
not
Let
you
me,
realize the layers and nuances.
Stop screen real quick. Turn this back on.
You can see my background, right? This is also a picture of him.
This is some real in the moment, brother. Get in the moment shit. Not one person that's up on this panel has wanted a back and forth, has sought truth tonight. All I've had is impatience of the
Here,
video.
I let him know that I'm over there. Is this dude a fucking?
There is
tweaker or what?
literally no way. There's literally no way to get him to understand these things.
No,
it's fucking crazy.
No, he can't.
What up? What up? Let me say hi.
We
to
don't only see the cognitive dissonance, we also see
Good
the
to see you,
defense
Midtown. Good
going
to
on,
see
right?
you.
And
Can't
not
spell
only
Lou. Good
defense.
to see you. It looks like you're figuring out how to spell Lou.
It's a full-on attack.
Just one sec.
Mr. E. EBT. Yeah, man. I don't know how the fuck.
What'd you say, Voynich?
Like, part of me is going, is this?
Yeah, well, it's not only
he's got to be
cognitive
fucking with.
dissonance that we see, but also the full-on attack, right? It's not even a defense
Yeah,
of his
it's
belief
a-
system. It's a
Yep.
full-on,
Yep,
unbrazen attack, or how do you say it? Like, he doesn't even think anymore. It's like, yeah,
Hold on, what
it
do
is a madman, clearly.
What's up? Yeah, I also might come. I don't actually know where I'm going to go with this. All I know is that when Tommy invited me up, and then Tommy decided that, I don't know, apparently me and Dave were there to be talked at and taught stuff, and we should know that. Well, I'm sorry. Like, I just talk about poor strategy. Who on earth would think that I'm the one for this role? I don't agree on
boycott
the
Tommy.
topic.
Sean Alkey's over there saying boycott Tommy.
I'm definitely too egoic to be sat down in the corner and talked to like I'm a little kid. That's
Yeah,
not gonna
fuck that
fly.
guy, man.
That's what this is about, Tom. I had intended not to go live tonight, but now I'm going to. Yeah, talk about a bad tactical move, inviting me for this, apparently the role that I was designated for. That was a fucking mistake, bro. I ain't the one. Now in a minute I'll hit the other topic, the Paul and Snafu Snap topic. If we had started there, or even just moved there like I suggested twice, we would have seen eye to eye, because we will see eye to eye on this. But,
sorry.
Some boring ass old beef with Dave about some people on his panel. Like, who gives a fuck,
I know,
bro?
right? Why
Bro,
are
who
you
gives a
getting
fuck?
all fucking
If you
bent out
want-
of shape?
You don't even need to tell your side of a story that nobody's heard. Nobody gives a fuck about this, Tom. Your butthurt is boring.
Yep. Butthurt is boring, bro. Butthurt is boring. Wow, we're watching.
I just
Flow
saw
State.
him moving around a lot.
Watch Illuminati. Because we're
and Colin.
Oh, and
Well, he's reveling in it, ain't he? He
That
loves
motherfucker put
being
his
wrong
fucking filter on the minute that I said
opposing
that.
people. It's
What did you say, Voynich?
he loved being wrong and opposing people because he constantly says, no, 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 that's not what happened. That's not what's happening. This is what's happening. He's constantly arguing with people. He never agrees with anything. Even if you would tell Tommy, yes, Tommy, I agree, he would still disagree with you. He would say, no, you can't agree with me on this one. This is where you have to disagree with me.
Butthurt is boring. Steve Miller says that should be on a motivational poster or a bumper sticker. Butthurt is boring. I love it. Yeah, you see Severe. That's all he wants to do is yell. Somebody over in Flo's chat said he's just too yelly.
Right, people on YouTube, don't invite a flat earther up to talk about how stupid flat Earth is. Don't backstage somebody whose ego is not as big. My arrogance is not as big. My ego might be bigger. And
I don't know why you done that to it.
Don't think that I need to my audience is 5 times the size of yours, Tom.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I sit backstage while you yell the truth at me? You've lost your goddamn mind.
Well,
how can somebody claim to have truth if they can't understand the simple dynamics at play?
Yep. I got to agree 100 times. 100 times. Man.
And to think that he thought that the whole time that I was sitting here, I was not paying attention at all. I made a thumbnail. I set up the stream.
I know I wasn't paying attention either.
Started the stream, shared the screen. That whole time that I was literally only here so that when I went live, I could say it on his channel to the audience that was watching. I mean, I don't know. You could. The odds of you being able to accidentally hit such bad tactics in a row as he did tonight is you couldn't luck into that almost. I don't know. I'm a little bit mind boggled, fellas and ladies.
One's clock like because that smoke gets on there bad, man.
This little light of mine. Yeah, he is a vampire. But you know what? A lot of us are vampires. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I am, but
anyway,
you know, I have to admit.
Enough of Volume of Tommy. That's all I needed to see of that fucking idiot.
Right? Yeah, enough is enough. You know, I've seen enough of that idiot already, you know, in the previous months. And yeah. But you know, like insanity is fascinating, you know.
It is. I know. That's why I like to watch it, because it's like he's an exaggeration of when you're trying to explain cognitive dissonance. He's like the extreme exaggeration of it. You know, right off the bat, he's like, he gets all fucking pissed off and mad. I am a science major. And I'm like, well, why don't you know anything about the scientific method at all? You know?
Yeah.
How can you believe in scientific impossibilities? You know, like gas pressure without containment, balls of gas forming for any fucking reason at all, vacuum or not.
Yeah.
I mean, none of that shit is even where they get this from. And it's because they float that shit by you when you're young, and then you just take it as for granted. And then they build all the rest of that bullshit onto it. But when you go back to the basics and you go, holy shit, man, water doesn't fucking curve around a ball. You can't have air pressure without a container. Balls of fucking gas don't form. Okay, when you break down their basics, and especially when you take away their special gravity, you know, that they love so much, their precious gravity, they're fucking lost. They're all done. You know, I even thought about that today. I have these backflow incense burners, right? And the smoke falls. It falls down, but real slow, and it flows down this little pathway that's sculpted into this burner, right? And I was thinking about that, and I says, well, it certainly is denser than the air around it, but it certainly isn't falling at a rate of 9.8 meters per second squared. And I also noticed that when it finally reached the edge of the table, it rolled over the edge of the table, and then it went up into the air. So I thought that was pretty cool. We got Dreamy Lynn, Escape the Chains made it in here. ZXL Master. Thrashless Smith is here. Nuthouse Video. Tommy's flows in, and Tommy, he's gonna have to download all 3 of these streams. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he keeps it all. He records it all, and
he picks out the shit that's in it, and I think that needs to be done. And this guy, man, he can't half remember nothing that he does say. He gets flying into a rage and shit, and he gets really fucking bent out of shape. He really does. And I'm thinking, wait, why are you so bent out of shape that badly? And I don't understand how anybody gets bent out of shape at all, because you don't believe in their fantasy goddamn globe that, they just get mad as shit about it. You don't see that much division between a fucking Catholic and a Jew. I mean, really, you don't. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
But they do. They get extremely mad, and I think it's exactly like Tinkerbell. The only way for Tinkerbell to exist is if you believe in her, right? And this is how they do in this story, Peter Pan. When they did it on the stage. And he says, okay, and the little light was dying, Tinkerbell was dying, and they need all the kids in the audience to believe in Tinkerbell, and then her light gets brighter and shit, right? I'm like, holy crap, that's exactly how this globe works, man. That's exactly how this globe works. Without people believing in it, it can't exist, because that's the only place it exists is in somebody's belief.
And
right?
I think that's why it attracts so many liars, and that's why these liars. I mean, he's a known liar, right? And,
yeah.
And so for them, it's like an investment, right? To keep this. Maybe not because they know it's a lie; they feel it's a lie, Because, but because the rest of their life is also a lie, it's attractive to them. I think that's something to do with it.
It's like the biggest lesson in trust that anybody could ever endure, because you accepted all of this shit based on the fact that you trusted the people that gave you the information.
Yeah.
And that was somehow kind of a security to you. But once you found out that those that were telling you this, that were supposedly your friends, that were trying to benefit you, supposedly were actually fucking your head up. And that's a big pill to swallow. How could I have gone this many years of my life fucked up? Well, you're not alone, man. It's Satan so deceived the earth. He deceived the world. And yes, no wonder his marks all over that shit, right? Everywhere you look, there's a 666 buried in there somewhere. 8 inches out of a mile is 0.666 of a foot. The remainder of the tilt of the axis of the earth is 66.6 degrees. I mean, it's all over the goddamn place with this stupid shit, man. That's who we need up here. Nick Volt. Everyone a Merry Christmas, especially Sovereign and Dreamy. I think he's kind of sweet on Dreamy. Which, that reminds me, I gotta find that. Let me see. Somebody sent that to me, and I gotta send it. I sent it over to my wife, so she's got it. There she is. Here we go. All right, so it is on hers, and I do want to download that. And then I'm going to go over here to my Facebook feed. pull up where my woman's at, and then I can find that. So he kept repeatedly using a word, and I want to show you all its actual, real definition.
Shoot it to us, Dave.
Okay, so the word cunt. It comes from the year 1544, approximately. Cunt was an ancient term that meant faithful and loyal friend. To have a cunt meaning have a friend who always had your back, never abandoned you, and provided friendship and support, even though hard times. Society encouraged each other to value being a cunt above any other virtue. So, Dreamy, he was actually complimenting you when he kept using that word toward you. So, yay. Right?
Yeah.
So this is a
I
good
learned
thing.
something new today, Dave.
I know. Yeah, I just learned that recently too. I think who sent that to me originally? I think it was Barbara. I think it was Jehovah's daughter Barbara that sent that to me originally. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, wait. Somebody reacted to me or something? I don't know. I can't half the time tell. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Wow. So that was Illuma Tommy's little meltdown. You can only take so much of that guy. You guys are such good cunts. Thank you, Brian. You're a good cunt too. The motherfucker's gonna be using that all the time. Now watch. So she said she never looked up that word. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I sent that to you. Jeremy. In a text message, I sent that to you. I'm pretty sure I did. Or maybe I just thought I did. I don't know. Sometimes I think about doing something and that's enough to convince me that I've done it sometimes. And I'm like, no, I didn't ever do that. Especially if it's something I do a lot of, like reposting things that I find are funny and that kind of good shit. Well, let's go over here and see.
What else have you got for us? Some delicious new memes?
I don't know. Perhaps. I don't know. Let me go over here and look real quick. I've had some pretty. Oh, this was kind of cute. Everybody here, I'm pretty sure, likes dogs, right? So this was cute as hell. This dog narcs out his partner, man. It's not even funny. I mean, it is, but watch.
Who did this mess? Cody, did you make this mess?
Oh.
Who did this?
Wow.
He's like, you motherfucker, you snitched me out, man.
Honden liegen. Oh, so dogs also lie? Wow, dude. Dogs lie. Even dogs lie, dude. He tried to lie.
I was thinking about our crew here when I saw this meme. This is pretty good. Everyone, this is a cool movie. Me, they're desensitizing people with predictive programming. Did you see that? Freemason Illuminati symbolism. Pedophile. Look, a subliminal message. That's not a woman.
That's not a woman.
Man.
It's a man.
That's Rocky. That's Rocky Shepherd over there. He thinks everybody's a fucking man. Thinks everybody in Hollywood's a fucking man. This was kind of cool too. Little kid at Christmas. Oh shit. I did run across some let's see. Oh yeah, that's not quite long enough though, because I'm gonna go take a pee real quick.
Got a restroom break.
I gotta take a little restroom break. I gotta find maybe my son. Oh, I love this little artwork. What do y'all think of that?
Looking good.
Pulling that fucking eye right out, man.
I like it.
Pulling that fucking eye right out.
That'd be a nice tattoo, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. That would be a great
tattoos.
tattoo. Oh, let me show you this map of the world according to Eratosthenes. This is from 200 BC. This is the guy that figured out the size of the Earth, right? There it is. Now, there's the whole Earth, Europe, Libya, and Asia. That's all there is. Scythia. Christ all fucking mighty. That's the one they pin all their hopes on right there, the Sticks and Shadows guy. Come on, y'all. Let me see. I gotta find this. Oh yeah, I had this moron today tell me that a bucket was not a container. right? He was using the tired old thing. You know what I'm talking about. Just take a rope, untie it to a bucket, and if you put water in it and swing it around, the water stays in. And I was like, you got to be shitting me with this, man. Come on, really? And so I had to send him this definitions of a bucket, because apparently he's stupid. A bucket, an open container with a handle that is used especially to carry water and other liquids. The very third word in that thing, an open what? Container, right?
Those
Or
are against the
B,
law.
the amount contained in a bucket, right? Number 2 here is a large container. There's a word again. This fucking guy, man.
These people.
I know. Oh, I got something for y'all to watch here for a second. This is great. We saw Lisa sent us a link of how they were taking a shower on the International Space Station, which is a much bigger facility than Skylab. You remember Skylab, right? Or maybe you don't.
I don't think I do.
That was back in the 70s, and it was supposedly a space station. We had the Soyuz capsule meet up with it, and our American astronauts and the Soviet astronauts commingled amongst one another in a diplomatic space mission. And it looks to me like they had a better facility for their shower in the Skylab than what you see down here in the right corner. You're going to see the little video that Lisa had sent us. So I'll let you all compare that, and hopefully that'll give me enough time to go take a leak.
We did have a shower. We found, however, that we could almost keep clean enough by using sponge baths, by washing ourselves off with a wash rag. Although we did use the shower on several occasions, and I think for future space stations, the shower would be a good idea.
Yeah, please.
And the routine of living aboard a space station continued until February 8th.
The comforts of home were not neglected either, as the astronauts could enjoy weekly showers.
First of all, we got to get some water from somewhere. We use this device right here. It's not unlike a squirter that you have on your family sink. Matter of fact, this nozzle design was taken from a family sink squirter. You push the trigger, the water comes out. Okay? How about some soap, Jack? You're going to need that.
Where's all the water droplets floating around?
Okay, here's some soap. It's special. It won't clog up the filters. We catch every bit of the water, put it back in a bag, and throw it out the spacecraft down inside the big tank below us. This soap is a special kind. Push here, it comes out there. It's a liquid detergent. And then lastly, how do you get the water off of you? We got a vacuum cleaner type arrangement. It's got a suction on it. Water will come off Jack down in here and into a bag.
Well, we can't take a normal shower because the water doesn't know how to find the drain. So we don't have a regular shower. What we do instead is, clean up with soapy water, and a wash towel of some type, a washcloth of some type.
In space, you don't have a bathtub, you don't have a shower, so you must take sponge baths.
Sponge baths?
Yeah.
We don't have a shower on board the space station because the water wouldn't know how to find the drain. And so just soap and water on a cloth and take just a simple bath to wash up like that.
So Skylab had a shower, but the International Space Station didn't. NASA always seems to be going backwards.
So that's what I'm saying. So Skylab had a shower, and it was about like a quarter the size of the International Space Station. And they had a shower, but for some reason they don't have one up on the ISS.
Were they using recycled pee water?
It is. They're washing with the
Take a piss and then take a shower. I think those are called golden showers, aren't they?
What they actually do is they sprinkle it over the space lettuce, and the space lettuce, takes out the nutrients. And what's left over is just fresh water. That's how they do it.
I was just joking around, being sarcastic.
We saw the year in shower. We saw the urine test. We know how that works.
Yeah.
We know when they were. I got that video of them
I couldn't
testing
help
out the
myself.
test. They don't need to shower underwater, is what Thrashless says. I agree. They don't. What do we got here? We got some other cool shit.
18. During the Apollo 11.
Oh, hang on.
So if they can take a shower, why do they need to pee or poop in a suction toilet?
Oh, damn it.
Richard Nixon made a historic phone call from Washington, D.C.
There we
18.
go.
During the Apollo 11 mission, Richard Nixon made a historic phone call from Washington, D.C. to Neil Armstrong on the moon, showing both men live on split-screen TV. AT&T Archives states that the call, quote, went from the Oval Office in Washington, D.C. to Houston, where it was routed into space via mission control through the capsule communicator. Even with today's far superior telecommunications technology and at far shorter distances, there is a necessary delay, at least a few seconds in both directions. Yet when Nixon and Armstrong spoke, there was no discernible delay whatsoever.
Nope, none at all.
18. During the Apollo.
So yeah, they had a delay when they were talking on the radio, but there was no delay between Nixon and these guys. Can't keep the president waiting. Okay, the radio signal knew, without a doubt, that that telephone call to the president was of utmost importance, and therefore defied all the laws of physics in order to get that communication possible. Right? M Ball says, I wonder why they didn't make it better on the ISS since they all think it's fake anyway. Because they knew that numbnut retards that believe in that shit would never notice anything. That's why. They knew that numbnut, childish-minded people that think that all that shit is real won't even bother to question it because they've been trained not to. They're only qualified to question it if somebody gave them a certain special piece of fucking paper that they pay a shitload of money for, right? Like Nick Volt, who so eloquently demonstrated how he could tell the distance to the fucking moon using a quarter. Woo! Boy, is that guy something else. Wonder where he's at these days. Like nursing the mother of all hangovers, if he's
must be.
Judging by the snootful he had that night.
Did you happen to catch that little video about possible SpaceX having to do with the Hawaii disaster?
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, it was on Real Estate Hawaii. Hawaii was just a question he was putting out there. But yeah, you know, we've got so many people that just believe so much garbage that, you know, I'm thinking since they're all involved in, you know, the wars and this and that, creating new weapons and whatnot.
Right.
That's a possibility.
It might be. Well, listen, I bet you NASA might have had something to do with it, and SpaceX is tightly connected. Let's not be fooling ourselves. We know that a lot of that money goes to black ops research, you know, black project research.
Yeah.
And we saw through those PDFs and everything that they are engaged in developing smart weapons and fucking energy weapons and all that other kind of shit. So it does kind of explain why you get shitty CGI footage from, you know, how much money they get a day.
Right.
You know, let's look at it logically. So where's that money really going? It's not going into the bank accounts of those people that work there. I'm sure some of it is, but the majority of that is being funneled off into projects. They're telling you that, oh yeah, it cost us all this money to build this fucking rocket and send these people into space and everything, and really it didn't, right?
Well, what
Because
can
it's
make
not really doing that.
We've known about forest fires and house fires and this and that for a long time. Since when have they been so toxic that they've got to bury the waste? What makes them so toxic now?
Right.
What's the
Good question.
difference from, years ago and to now?
Yep.
Well, because the fear factor worked so well. They can push anything now. They know that they can just push anything, and
Well,
so
they're
I
trying
think that plays a part in it. That the hubris now it's I mean, they're right for doing so. They can push. I mean, and they will just believe anything. I mean, it's not an excuse, but
well, if you're really thinking, and this is on all subjects, I thought this was great the way that this woman put this, because this is the same kind of thing you get on all of these issues, right? But listen to how she says about it.
Something that always cracks me up is when people who are like super deep into Western medicine ideology think that people in natural health just haven't seen the data. They're like, you guys obviously have just not seen the studies, or you would know better. Like you just haven't seen the data. I'm always like, the data that came from the institutions that hijacked our medical model 110 years ago and forced natural health modalities to be removed from medical school curriculum so they could focus on pharmaceutical drugs because natural medicine was in direct competition to the advancement of modern medicine. Those people, I don't look at their data to base my entire belief system about holistic health. Wow, shocker! Do you want to know what data you haven't seen? How about 5,000 years of natural health modalities that have been used around the world since the dawn of time? United States of America includes well under 5% of the healing modalities used globally in our medical model. We are 4% of the world's population, and we use 41% of the world's pharmaceutical drugs. So yeah, we do not look at the same sets of data. And yeah, I have trust issues with the people you're getting your information from.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't. It depends on who's running the study and what results they want. That's what they come up with. It happens every time. Doesn't matter who you're talking to. It has to do with who did the study.
Right.
And where they got their information. When they say, we did a study and a survey, I'm like, I never got that survey. And then I start asking around and nobody else ever heard of the survey. So, who did they survey? The people in their office? Maybe. We will never know.
Right. 4 out of 5 doctors surveyed. What? Which ones?
Yeah, 4 out of 5 doctors, exactly.
Leading experts agree. Holy shit, I don't even know what this is. This is Alex Jones losing his fucking mind. Let's watch Alex Jones lose. Sometimes Alex is on point, though,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball, the Lady Gaga, the Justin Bieber, who gives you these carbon tax messages. They tell your kids they got to love Justin Bieber, and then Bieber says, hand in your guns, pass the Cybersecurity Act, and the police state's good, and then your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer and explorer. Going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's
Jesus Christ, there, Alex. Fucking
Dave,
brother.
first Tommy, and now this. This is really the Christmas spirit, huh?
I'll tell you what, man. Look at this guy flipping out into space and mathematics, and the fucking frogs are gay.
all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. Shut your mind. Talking about Justin Bieber.
Bieber.
It's pure evil. They're taking your intellect, your soul.
Justin Bieber's the devil.
And giving you Michael Jordan and Bieber.
Bieber!
Unlock your human potential. Defeat the globalists who want to shatter your mind, your doorways to perception. I want to see you truly live. I want to see you truly be who you are. I don't want my progeny who's come.
I needed this. I needed this to be myself today.
His passion gets way over
When
the
you
top, no
realize-
matter what he talks about.
God damn, man. He's just as upset about that as he was about the gay frogs, man. God.
Well, nature does have a strange way of healing itself. And I have heard where even with chickens, and I'm not talking about gay frogs, okay, but we're talking about chickens that will actually, one hen will end up becoming, having more male characteristics and even crowing if there's just nothing but hens.
Yeah.
Now, if it happens, I don't know. I've never seen it happen. But then I never saw an egg inside of an egg until I was watching this one guy, and he actually showed that a chicken can lay an egg inside of another egg. By the time it kills the chicken because it's so big. But the thing is, you know, you never know.
Right.
And maybe frogs can change sex. You know, it's a possibility. Nature's crazy. Don't underestimate her.
I want to dispel. I'll go ahead, Vonage. I'm sorry.
Especially like frogs. If you think about frogs, have you seen how much eggs they lay?
Right.
You know, that's like impossible for that body to produce. It doesn't actually come out of the body of the frog. It comes out of the, how do you say this? Out of the end, the cloaca, so to say.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, you know, it's not stored anywhere and then it gets blown out. It's just created there, and it's just, how do you say, excluded or extruded.
Yeah.
But it's very, if you can, you know, it produces much more than her body weight in one throw.
Yeah.
So, and then she travels several meters, and there she lays another throw of eggs, right? That's like twice her body weight. It's like, how does that happen?
I know, ain't that crazy?
How's that?
You know, in certain populations of amphibians, it's been shown though too that if the balance of male to female gets too far out of whack, that some sexes can some of the animals can actually spontaneously change to the other sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty crazy too. We're not like that though. We can't do that. And these people want to think that we got to stop talking about it, because then next thing you know, these ghouls will be wanting to put frog genes in people so they can. Yeah.
Well, speaking of frogs, I seen this really cool little clip the other day. It's called a turtle frog, and they're in Australia, I think it said. And they are the funniest looking little creatures. They are actually kind of so ugly, they're cute.
I ran across this. I thought this was funny as shit. Watch this. This is like the best prank. Hang on. We got Drake joining this team here tonight. What's happening, Drake? How you doing tonight? Oh, and to clear something up here now. All right. Everybody said that the Grinch hates Christmas. That's not true. Okay. The Grinch actually hated people. All right. And I can dig that. I can understand that. All right. It wasn't necessarily Christmas. I'm sure that if he saw some joy that people were having in something, he would probably try to crush that, because he's a Grinch. That's what they do. Anyway, this is pretty cool.
That was to get people to buy presents for each other. If they told them that some man was selfish and everything else and didn't spend his money and give out presents, he was a Grinch. That way, nobody wanted to be a Grinch, right? So they went out and overspent and got everybody presents, so they'd be in debt for another year. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble.
All right. You know that Christmas is about consumerism.
But I do love the Grinch. He's one of my favorite. I hate people too, for the most part.
I don't want to do nothing to them though, like that. Let
Oh
them
no, I wouldn't hurt them. They can live their life without me.
Yeah, it's like it was hard. You know, the holidays were kind of hard in a way because you know when you get around some NPCs and you're in one of those social settings like that, and you don't want to start freaking everybody out either. You know, but you hear them talking, and it's like, oh my fucking god, man, just stop.
I mean, I like to socialize, but I like to limit it. I like my alone time, and some people don't understand that.
So watch this clip. This is fucking hilarious.
The Grinch is at the Vatican.
Oh! Oh! Babe! Oh!
Wow.
Babe! Just come here, quick. Okay. I just need you to trim it. Just trim it where right at the top of the finger is, okay?
Are you sure?
Right there, quick.
Let me call somebody. Just let me call somebody.
No. Use both hands because it's very thick. Okay, no. Down a little bit further. Down there. No, you're gonna need to go down right. No, right there.
I'm trying.
No,
I'm trying.
right there.
I'm trying.
Right there.
I'm trying.
Right there. Oh.
Okay. Right there. Right there.
Oh my god! So that's some fucked up. That's a good prank, though. That is a really good prank.
Yeah. Deception is so easy to create. You know it? It's way too easy.
Yeah, I've done that too. Johnny's over here wanting to tell me about when he done it.
Yeah.
I think anybody that's ever done that with those tools is had some kind of a mishap somewhere or another. I got my fingers with a nail gun one time. I was shooting. I was putting a rake board on a gable.
Yeah.
And it hit a knot.
Right.
And fucking thing come back up and went and put these two fingers right here together.
Yeah. You see them guns shoot them wide staples.
Yeah.
Stapling didn't board on the wall, right? And I had the trigger pulled on the gun. I step up on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
When I did, I went hit the damn barrel with it.
Jesus Christ!
I pulled my pants down like that, Dave. I jerked it out like that, man.
I bet.
About an inch staple.
We had a guy we were putting down plywood on a deck with Mike Knight. Had another guy who was subbing off of the guy we were working for. He was building on a house across the road. He come over and says, "Anybody got a hacksaw?" We said, "What for?" "No, anybody got a pair of pliers?" And I was like, "No, what for?" And the dude shot his foot to the ground, right to the floor with a nail gun. And the problem with that is because you use ring shank nails.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
The best we could do is get a hacksaw on a reciprocating saw and stick it up under his boot and cut that nail loose from the plywood so that we could get his foot off of the floor and take him to the hospital, have it removed, because those things are like ring shank nails are like barbed almost, right? But they won't pull back out. You have a hell of a time pulling. You'll rip the head off of it.
It's like a screw.
But instead of being spiral pitched, it's just ring. It's got little barbs on it. And then the whole time that thing was grinding on the bottom of that nail underneath his foot, man, it was like, and he was like, oh,
People are way too careless with those things. Men should treat those things like a loaded weapon, but they don't. I've seen them take and put. Well, after this one guy was on the news and everything. He shot himself through the heart, killed him, because he dropped the thing down from the rafters. It was an accident. But the thing is, those things are like a loaded weapon. You should treat them as such. I used to work with those things in the wood shop, and you can shoot a nail even not meaning to for quite a ways.
Well, they usually got a safety thing on them where they have to be pressed down against the wood in order for the nail to fire, right? But shit, Johnny will tell you, we used to take somebody, go down and use the shit house. We'd be up on the second deck with our nail guns and hold that little lever back and just go going pop, 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 shooting at the shit house.
Them things be
Yeah,
ricocheting.
they'd be bouncing all over the fucking street and shit. We were kind of rowdy when we did our stuff.
And tell us to stop shooting with it.
Yeah. And them nails are expensive. We didn't give a fuck. Though.
I had them by the cases.
Yeah.
Remember, he used to go buy pallets and shit.
Here's a cool thing, and this is what I was talking about the other night, dreaming about the origins of oil, how it became fossil fuels, right? There ain't nothing about, how many quarts of oil are in a dinosaur, Dreamy? Boynich, hey Drake, how about you? How many quarts of oil are in a stegosaurus?
I don't know. I'm looking at the books in the background of his book stand.
I always do that too. And see what's this motherfucker read, right? But sometimes that shit's just props to make you think that somebody reads all that shit. See, a lot of times.
That petroleum wasn't what we thought it was. That it wasn't a fossil fuel. That it didn't come from fossil animal.
Yeah.
Is it just a mineral? Is it a mineral like any other mineral? Is that how it? What would you say? How did it? What's the origin of?
You see, when they first found petroleum, because they were beginning to make motors and needed on axles of wheels on railroad trains and all that sort of thing. And remember, trains started in the beginning of the 19th century. Then oil went from just a lubricant to a fuel, and it made it valuable. And Rockefeller happened to be the smartest man in the business at the time, but he made most of his money, or much of it, off the transport of the petroleum as well as selling it. But one thing they realized was, because oil is putting a price on oil is like putting a price on a pail of water. No initial cost. It's in the ground, and in those days they were, some of it almost what you'd call surface mining the oil. They didn't go down deep. So in order to get the price up, they hit on the idea that they would have to make it appear to be scarce. After we take the next few barrels out, we're probably going to have to close as well. That kind of thing. But a very fortuitous event. In 1892, there was a convention in Geneva of scientists to determine what organic substances are. Well, the definition of organic is a substance with hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. And so it's usually a living substance, a tree. You analyze a dead tree, hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen, and grass, and so on, living things. Animals, we are hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. So at this Geneva Convention, Rockefeller took advantage of sending some scientists over who said, oil, petroleum, is hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Therefore, it must be derived from the spoiling, the rotting of formerly living matter. And playing the game properly, when this scientific convention was over, they defined oil as the residue from formerly living matter. Well, that makes it a fossil fuel. I don't know why they decided to use the word fossil, but it says formerly living matter is fossil. Well, of course, today, and another thing we should know is that there has never been a fossil, a real fossil found below 16,000 feet. And you can't argue at 16,000 there's a level line, because someplace the ground sinks and so on. But 16 is what the scientists say, 16,000. We mine oil, or we drill for oil at 30,000, 33,000, 28,000 every day of the week. So right there, we rule it out that it isn't fossil fuel. It's called fossil fuel for the minds of the public to feel that it is an asset that is running out, being depleted. We talk about depletion allowance, which is a lot of, and actually, if you know the world's oil supply, you know that it is not going to run out for an awfully long time. It is the second most prevalent liquid on Earth.
Sovereign, I just asked Google because, I have to ask Google. They know everything. 16,000 feet is 3.03 miles, and 0303s, and it keeps on going. So they don't even have to go that deep. You must be muted.
You're right. I am. I was muted. Look what Barbara said. Sent Nick's real name. She's been anagramming it for the last hour. She said she's laughing her ass off about it. I bet Harneet Grewal is definitely some unique letters to be playing with, I think. But remember back in the 70s, the energy crisis, we were going to be out of oil soon. And
then in the 80s, remember, they had to jack up the price.
Yeah. And all this other fucking bullshit. And it's all just been crap around trying to prop the fucking dollar up. That's all.
The cheapest gas price when I was a kid, and that was in Arizona up in the White Mountains, was 29 cents a gallon. Wow. Other than the fact that they say, oh, we're going to give you a pay raise, and then they raise all the rest of the prices, such as electric and food and gas and water and all those other things you need that they call essential. And the code people say must be in a home, right?
Right.
So then what good did it do to get a raise at work? Absolutely nothing. You ain't no more further ahead. And a lot of times you're further behind.
Yep.
Do that slowly until you ain't got no money left when they're done with you.
That's how they do it, man.
Wrap the noose around your neck and pull tight.
We haven't begun to. Well, with all that background, you see, the people in charge of the petroleum business, for perfectly reasonable business things, just like any other man in a business, wants to keep his price as high as he can get away with. And the way to do is just say, well, there's no more. We the last barrel is going to cost $1,000, and then it's all done. And they preach that stuff. What bothers me is that in geology books, it's in there. The geologists say it's a fossil fuel. They've been bought. I went to a 4-year federal staff energy seminar run by the government of the United States during the so-called energy crisis. I was the participant that represented the railroad industry. The airline industry was there. Every AA, administrative assistant of senators and congressmen, was there. The CIA was there. The Defense Department was there. The State Department was there. Sometimes sitting right in front of me in the row would be Henry Kissinger with his friend, the head of Department of Defense. It's too bad I can't put the names with them. But anyway, people like that, top men in the government, sitting there listening to the federal staff energy seminar. But what this was doing is, for 4 years, they were teaching a propaganda line to the leading people in this country, and therefore to the leading people in the world, when you include the Schlesingers, Kissinger and Schlesinger, among others. And the object of it was, as Kissinger used in his own terms when it was time for him to speak, to create a world price for oil. In other words, not 30 cents a gallon here and 90 cents a gallon there, but let's get a world price. That's their goal. And they're trying to do that for wheat and everything else. We don't realize what the controls are, whether it's oil or some of these other things. Almost everything today is being categorized at the highest price they can possibly make it go. And so calling petroleum a fossil fuel is the basis for this system with respect to petroleum. And I don't know if the name Arthur Kantrowitz rings any bell. Arthur Kantrowitz is the head of the Kantrowitz Labs, set up by the Avco company near Boston, scientific laboratories. And a great man in the scientific world. And Kantrowitz and I were sitting at a table at this seminar once, and the table happened to be all young college grad, PhD geologists. And so just to get a conversation started, I turned to Kantrowitz and I said, Arthur, what do you think about this foolishness of these speakers talking about fossil fuel? And it was kind of put up. He started laughing. He said, you know, that gets me. He says, I don't have a geology degree, but he had 1,000 other degrees. And he said, I don't understand. He said, you'd think that these heads, these other fellows at the table, we did it on purpose, start listening, you know. And he asked, he said, are you gentlemen? He says, you're here at the meeting. Are you gentlemen by any chance geologists? And one fellow, yes, I am. And the other one, yeah. He said, well, why don't you tell me? He said, why is, well, you know, and he went on like that. We brought the house down because nobody could argue with Kantrowitz. He like Einstein. People aren't going to, and he told him right there, he said, just drop it. But it's in all the books and in all the papers. But it started from that strange meeting in 1892, a scientific convention. I have a big, thick scientific encyclopedia put out by the Divan Ostrin Company that's about 15 years old now, but it has the whole story of the conference. It doesn't have the Rockefeller part, but it has the whole story of how they straightened out organic chemicals and how it was all figured, and they've got petroleum right in there.
Amazing. So
these aren't accidental things, you see. There's a dollar sign behind almost everything.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. And that's it. You know, I've said that, and you can see that for over 100 years it's gone into that the scientific research always favors the person that funds it, man. Money has been in there to corrupt, you know, what should be a search for truth. And it's brought us to a society that we're at now that it, like, if you deny that certain events during certain period of the 20th century between 1939 and 1946, if you question any of that, you're not allowed to. You'll go to jail. They'll put you in jail. Here, at least for at the time being in the United States, I am free to question that and compare it to the manpower that I think would be needed for such an endeavor and whatnot. Other countries, they'll put you right in prison for it.
So might kill you.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is why does, if something's true, it doesn't need to be defended. You see, this is why these people come at you and go, well, prove your globe. And I'm like, I don't have to prove your flat earth. And I'm like, I don't have to prove the flat earth. Well, the flat earth is evident.
Like you said,
okay. The flat earth is evident. You're the one with the ridiculous claim. You claim that the earth is a globe. No one would ever think that. Given to their own volition, no one would ever come to that idea. You just put a person on this land and have them live. And then when they're about 15 or 16 years old, say, hey, you know what? Did you know you live on a spinning fucking ball? They'd laugh at you. Of course they would, because it's ridiculous. This is why they have to feed it to you at a young age. And then you take the impossibilities as fact and don't bother questioning them. But when you go back to those basics and you do question them, those questions that you said, well, this is just what my textbook tells me to say.
Right.
You know,
like you said there earlier. But if you go against the grain in the other countries, they'll lock you up or might even kill you, right?
Yeah.
But like here, like you said, we got the freedom, but
you'll still have people like, you know, they want to come and kick your ass or beat you up, like Nick Bolt wanting to fight.
Only if you buy him a ticket and pick him up at the airport.
Right, you know, you go against the buck here in the United States, you know, it is consequence.
Well, you know, it's like that, you know, you still, what does that show? When you cut a man's tongue out, you do not prove him to be a liar. You prove that you are afraid of what he might say.
Right.
You know? Yeah, he was going to pound my ass. That's what he said. He said I was going to pound his.
Well,
there you go.
He told you to buy him a ticket now, big boy.
Yeah, big boy.
Yeah, you're a big boy.
Because I denied
you to buy him a ticket and come pick him up at the airport so he can beat you up.
He wanted me to. He was
that was so funny
because I was going to deny that his kids were killed in the Holocaust. I swear.
Oh my goodness!
Video did a thing on that. Oh yeah, I got this little short thing. It's on. You know that thing I said about the chronovisor. You know, supposedly the Vatican has this thing where you can see through time not necessarily not necessarily travel through time, but see through time. So I don't know what those. I just wanted to see. I didn't even really watch this. I just grabbed it because I was interested.
When you're manipulating people and you know that you're doing a really good job, you can see into the future. Because most people are extremely predictable once they've been programmed. It's us rogue ones they don't like. Because we're over here going, hey guys, and you know that there's never that the majority in a classroom are the students, because the class clowns are usually a very small minority. Even though everybody laughs at them and everything and laughs with them as well, they won't actually ever really join the group because they're busy being programmed.
Well, that's why I liked it, because the teachers are dumb as hell, right? What they do is they move your desk so that you're up by their desk, right? In a lot of instances, they put it right up there next to their desk, which gives you a captive audience.
Yes.
Right? You got a captive audience right there. And that teacher spends a lot of time not looking at you and looking at the rest of the class.
Yeah.
And I would do all kinds of shit. I'd sit there and make fucking goofy faces, and as soon as she looked back over at me, I'd just feel like normal. Like, and then she'd turn and look, towards somebody else, and I'd be going like that. And the other kids start laughing, and I'd just sit there and go like that. Pretty soon, they put you out in the hall, which is wonderful because I didn't want to fucking be in there in the first place.
Exactly.
God.
What was the hardest thing for you to be in a class?
What do you mean? What was the hardest thing for me to be in class?
Well, mine was just the mind-numbing repetition day in.
Oh
and day
yeah,
out.
yeah. I vacated a lot. I mean, in my mind, I would just be off in my imagination and shit. Because it wasn't hard for me to just intermittently listen and catch up to whatever the fuck they were talking about. And 10 out of 10 times,
They call that daydreaming. They call that daydreaming.
Yeah, but I'd throw them off because as soon as they'd ask, I'd know what they were talking about still.
Right.
Exactly. I'm able to kind of do that. And I would still be able to answer their questions and shit or whatever, I'd be keeping up with it. But I hated it because I knew anyways, I didn't really have to pay a whole lot of attention because it was either bullshit or something I already fucking knew.
Right.
And why are you going to teach me about something you already taught me about 2 years ago and last year and the year before that? And it's like, how many times are we going to do this dumb shit? Let's get on with it. Especially with history. I was like, are you people shitting me?
Ornetti's chronovisor was more of an apparatus that enabled him to see back and hear back through time. You look something like a TV screen, something like earphones, but very complex, like a little bath escape.
This was a machine, though, that used an antenna in receiving light and sound that exists always, that once produced are always essentially there. And you can somehow tune into them, and that would include, I guess, anything from the present until the most distant past.
That seems to be what Ornetti claimed, yeah. We used to talk a lot in Akashic records and so forth, and today a lot of his talking about how it's rather quite possible, maybe even probable that all sound waves, all light waves, kind of produced by us as we live, they are absorbed into the environment around us, and they're there.
I think that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. I think that's just more of that manufactured crap that they try to put out there.
Yeah. That was for those people in those days.
Well,
Ornetti's chronovisor.
There's all kinds of shit that people have claimed, and there's like when you start breaking down the whole fucking process of it, you're like, well, that's just no, shut up. So no, I don't even go on with that. This is kind of cool about the selenilian eclipse. That word is a tongue twister. It really is. So this will give you a good, rare glimpse. Drake's giving us, look at that summertime he's having down there, Dreamy. You see it right out his window.
Yeah, it's good. And I've got my shirt off because it's just too hot.
Really rubbing in. You know what though? It's been unseasonably warm here.
Yeah, it is.
It's 33 degrees right now, right here where I'm at.
I mean, right
That's
now
Fahrenheit.
we're just past midnight here, and it's 42 degrees. It's rainy.
Yeah, it's raining right now here too.
This is crazy. Usually it's fucking ass deep to a tall Indian of snow, at least up to, I don't know. We haven't had too much snow in the last couple of years, you know, but
I remember it's about 6 inches or 7 inches. That's about it.
Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot. And this year it's been nothing at all, which I'm not complaining. I hate fucking cold weather. I do. I despise it. I used to live in Michigan. I grew up in Michigan. You don't learn to get used to it. That's a bunch of bullshit. You just learn to hate it with a greater passion than most other people. That's what, yeah.
I love the snow. As long as I'm ready for it, it can come, but we don't get a lot here anyways. But yeah, I love the snow. As long as I can hibernate, I'm happy.
Yeah, I know, but I hate it. It's a pain in my ass, man. You go outside, everything's bleak and nasty, and the cold goes right through me. And as soon as that first blast of cold goes through me, it's like instantaneous piss off. You know, I can't handle it. You know, like the hibernate. Huh?
That's why you're supposed to hibernate.
Yeah, right. Well, unfortunately, I have to go out.
All you might have to do is get up and stoke the wood stove every now and then. Get you something to munch on.
55 down in San Diego. That's not rare for this time of year.
Cold.
No, not for this time of year anyway. Can anyone explain how Amy's changed our history, World War II in particular? I don't know, but it's really given a lot of shit to the Germans. There's I don't know, that German connection's got me spooked. You know, I'm like, what was actually going on? You know, why specifically a German connection to this? That's what I have to wonder. I don't know. Anyway, here's a Selenilian. Hey, I said it without any trouble. Eclipse.
Behind me is a full moon, which will soon be going into a full lunar eclipse as it sets, kind of a rare experience. While at the same time behind us, the sun is already beginning to rise. So this could be a very interesting and beautiful experience. We can just barely make out a little bit of the moon left. It's about 2/3 the way covered with Earth shadow, and it's turning a sort of pale orange, pinkish color. What I find very interesting is I was expecting the shadow to come upward across the moon as it would go down and it would pass into shadow, and actually it's going the other way around. The shadow.
Yeah, why does it come from the top down? It should be coming from the bottom up, but it's not.
No, as the moon is here, the shadow is creeping down across the moon, even though the sun's coming up over here, and that must be because of
kind of an optical illusion. It's pretty cool. Not everybody can
be an optical illusion.
The moon's rotation around the Earth, even though the sun's light is actually coming from over there, it's actually coming underneath the Earth. So
imagine
the moon must be rotating around, even though we're turning, so it looks like the moon is going down.
it's kind of an optical illusion. It's pretty cool.
Holy fucking God. Do you hear those excuses they try to come up with for that shit? Black Tom bothers you is racist. I don't know. Angela's cut off. What
I'm
happened?
going to step out and keep her out for a minute.
Alrighty. Moon's all
He's
fucked up.
back in already.
What do you mean the moon's all fucked up, Brian? I can't even see the moon when cloud covered.
the clouds are eclipsing the moon tonight here too. Do you like how I said that? The clouds are eclipsing it. Well, it's true. You
That's
can
true.
see it.
It is even spookier. The clouds are occulting the moon. See, we can use words too, man. Sudden unscheduled disassembly my ass, right?
Well, what's flying at night when the moon's shining and the clouds are all lit up is actually pretty cool. If anybody's ever done that.
Should
I? You fly
Yeah.
above those clouds. The clouds aren't really as high as people think they are.
No.
Planes go right up over them. They just look
Right.
like pillows everywhere. Cotton balls got loose.
Yep.
And they are very level.
Yep. I bet
Maybe we live on a cloud, Sovereign. Have you ever thought that? If you ever go up in a plane and you see the way they all puff up and tower up and everything.
It's possible.
I mean, maybe we live on a cloud. I looked up and I've seen them and I've flown over them. Thank goodness it's not white all the time, but yeah, who knows?
Oh, wait, what's this guy's about water fluoridation? 80s dads teaching life
People
lessons.
like that make you think.
No, I know, man. I think about the crazy. Oh, this is terrible. This right here is terrible. What kind of a human does this, right? So this dude farted in his grandmother's oxygen machine.
How disgusting.
And grandma's in there choking like a. Oh my God. Here we go. Team America.
That's terrible. That wasn't funny.
America. Fuck yeah. Gonna save the motherfucking world. Right? It's about what we look like, Rand. That's America. That's our military. Yay.
They have to give them each their own set of tracks to move.
So here's something. Terrible. You were just talking about things that make you go, right?
Yeah.
So if X-rays can do this on their spacesuits, man, they had no protection from the sun. According to what they say the sun is. Right? So
sun's good.
Another lie. What is this? This thing is made. Yeah, and then you can go to the moon as long as you have magical foil. Magical foil is what it's all about right here.
If you really took your finger and poked hard at it, you could poke right through the outer skin of the spacecraft. It was about the thickness of 2 layers of aluminum foil. But it's the kind of thing that you were reasonably cautious that you didn't jab any pointed objects through.
The skin of the lunar module is so thin that you could punch a hole right through it.
The skin, the aluminum alloy skin of the crew compartment was about 12 thousandths of an inch thick. That's equivalent to about 3 layers of Reynolds wrap that you would use in the kitchen.
Which means that the lunar module would have blowed out like a fucking Jiffy Pop popcorn thing and just exploded. You gotta be shitting me if these people believe this stuff, man.
Well, just think about the body. We need the pressure, right? And people that have broken bones or really bad sprains know that when the barometric pressure changes, a storm is coming. Most say it's going to rain.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is. It's a barometric pressure change, and with that comes weather changes. And so what would their body look like if they was up there? It would be so blowed up they'd look like the Michelin Man, right? The body wouldn't have no pressure against it.
Well, here's the thing got me. I was
So
talking
their
to this,
heart, all that stuff would change.
I was talking to this jackass on Twitter today. He goes, they have weather satellites. And I said, really? He says, yeah, they show them on the news all the time. I said, dude, they take Doppler radar imagery, okay, that they create through a computer with Doppler radar, and they place it over a map. That's what you're seeing. That's not a fucking satellite, okay? I don't even understand what these people think. They just take what they get from Doppler radar and they put it over top of a fucking map.
They have radar stations all across the United States, and they've had them for a very long time.
Will NASA ever be? Yeah, but how do you hold, who do you hold accountable? The people that were doing that shit are mostly either in nursing homes or dead. They got one foot in the grave and one stepping on a banana peel. I mean, who you gonna go after? You'd have to go for them for fraud overall at that company. You'd have to, and then what do? It's a government agency. Then what do? All that money that was put into it, that still just all went into the beast. So what the fuck, right? Nobody will be held accountable. That's who. Yeah, Trump.
Well, they're just really super good at money laundering.
It's going to be our Lord and Dreamy, our Lord and Savior Jesus Trump, a man and a woman, is coming to save us. The white hats are coming. Okay, you naysayer. You're just anti-science anyway, Dreamy. Jesus.
No, I don't believe in science.
I don't believe in science either.
I don't believe in statistics.
So this is the guy, this actor. I don't know. He's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I like him or not. He was the guy that played Freddie Mercury in that movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody. And I also saw him in a movie about which one was that? Was that The Pacific? Yeah, I think it was. It was the one that Hanks and what's his nuts put out, Spielberg. And it was like Band of Brothers, but only in the Pacific. And I think he was in that too.
I think I've seen that one.
But this is kind of crazy. I watched this earlier. I was like, whoa, makes you think.
What is it about society that disappoints you so much?
Oh, I don't know. Is it that we collectively thought Steve Jobs was a great man, even when we knew he made billions off the backs of children? Or maybe it's that it feels like all our heroes are counterfeit. The world itself's just one big hoax. Spamming each other with our running commentary of bullshit masquerading as insight. Our social media faking as intimacy. Or is it that we voted for this? Not with our rigged elections, but with our things, our property, our money. I'm not saying anything new. We all know why we do this, not because Hunger Games books makes us happy, but because we want to be sedated. Because it's painful not to pretend. Because we're cowards. Fuck society.
Elliot, you're not saying anything.
I think that looks like it might be a good movie, man. What do you think?
Yeah.
Mr. Robot. But you got to be careful. Here you go.
But that's true. Every time you turn around, somebody's lied to you. That's all I ever learned.
Well, here's an example. Here's on the weather. This was on the Weather Channel.
Okay, picking it up here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right at the Intracoastal. And
Oh,
we're in
yeah,
one of
this
these
is hilarious.
bands.
So that's Mike Seidel in Wilmington, North Carolina. But as he braces and fights the win Friday, check out the two guys who seem to walk right by him in the background there with no trouble at all. The video has been.
Okay, picking it up here.
I've seen them where they got them kneeling in a puddle of water to make it look like it's waist deep water and shit.
Right.
You see people just walking through it. You know, they're in a puddle somewhere and there's guys walking over in the background. It's like,
that's what I mean. Just everywhere you turn, people lie. That's why I guess I don't really get along too much with most people because, you know, they're in a trance or something. You know, they can't see what's right in front of them.
so on the 23rd, down in Ocala, Florida, there was supposedly a shooter at a mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. But I'm going to let you listen to the video. It's just a little short one for a minute and then see if you can find some really fishy shit in this. It's only a minute. And I found it like right off the bat, man. Batman. See what I did there?
Please pull up. Please pull up.
Have to get you on in a minute.
Come on, baby.
Hating themselves,
Yeah,
people want their shoes, everything. Holy crap. This is
One
nuts.
guy's out here and got shot.
They already got a guy out here that's getting ready to get on a stretcher, be shot, everything. This is crazy.
Okay, so this came on Raw's news alert, and it said, breaking, multiple people have been shot and injured inside the Paddock Mall with the suspects still at large. Paddock Mall. Do you remember the Las Vegas shooting?
Yes.
Do you remember the guy's name that did the shooting?
No, I don't remember his name.
His name was Stephen Paddock.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Do you know what a paddock is?
Yes, it's where you keep animals.
Right. Like that pen of people that Paddock shot into in Las Vegas. And now we've got the Paddock Mall with the suspects still at large.
What's that name?
Well, the thing is usually whenever there is a suspect at large, they do not let the medical people go in until they have secured that said person. Just saying.
I'm saying, man, this is pretty crazy. You know, I just saw those similarities there. I was like, holy shit, there's that Paddock thing again.
I mean, I'm glad they got the poor fella out, you know, and got him to the hospital. But yeah.
If it happened, really.
Right.
You're paid to do that. So
I do indeed. Absolutely.
My boss says that too.
They love to stage stuff. They're staging stuff worldwide.
This guy here I follow, his name's Zetetic, and it's not Zetetic Warrior. God, I wonder how that character's doing.
Oh my gosh, we ain't missing him at all.
No, don't talk about him. He might show up.
Yeah.
This guy said, I'm still waiting for the Glurfs to provide that exclusive evidence that we are living on a spinning water rock. And I have to agree. I don't know what he
Since the beginning of mankind, people thought the earth was flat. A giant disk underneath a firmament dome. The earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, science told us we live on a globe.
Just as a correction, science never said that. Science doesn't talk. It didn't tell us anything. A bunch of fucking crackpot Jesuit fucking Masons shit did this, man. What the fuck, man?
No wonder them people get a good laugh and live so long. They're laughing at us every second of every day for all the stupid stuff that they pushed on us and that so many took into their belief system.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are just, I mean, what science told some fucking idiot that you'd be able to have a ball with water on it? Where was the science in that?
Right. Like when the clock tells you the time, they don't.
Yeah. I mean, this is just
you read it.
with these people.
Clock
Anyway,
don't talk. Tick tock, tick tock. That's it.
That's it.
A spinning ball shot into infinite space. They want us to believe that we are nothing but random stardust. Meaningless. But they're wrong. They die. Wake up. The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
Look at that. Yeah, you were.
Space is a hoax. We never landed on the moon. Do you believe we're living on a rotating ball flying through space at thousands of miles per hour? Where is the curvature? Where?
Fuck is
They
this thing even
control
pushing
our
again?
minds. They control our thoughts. They control everything. Think twice. Think again. Wake up. The earth is flat.
Ridiculous, crazy, fucking
Since the beginning.
Nonsense.
Right.
All they have. It is all they have.
Then people in Australia wouldn't be able to stand, eat, drink, all that, because we all know how water reacts.
You wouldn't be able to eat.
No, you wouldn't. Your food would fall off your fork before you could get it to your mouth.
No, even within your digestive tract.
Right.
You know,
you'd be living on your head.
Yeah, that would be. It's look. Here's the
down,
real deal. The condition of 0G does not exist. There is a state of free fall, but that's only what you're still in disequilibrium. You're still, you're always subject to the forces of buoyancy and density. Always.
Right.
Everything is. Okay.
Yeah.
And we require a certain amount of pressure in order to exist. In order for there to be liquid water, it can't exist without this pressure that we have. And the only way you can have pressure, as in the root word of press, is if the gas is pressing against something or something is pressing against the gas, either or both. It's, take your pick, half full, half empty, whatever you want to say, right? So what is pressing, right? Nothing. It certainly isn't gravity. We don't have gravity pulling on the gas, as we don't have any indication of a downward vector of gas at all. There's no indication of a downward vector of gas. The atmospheric pressure that we feel is equal at all points of displacement within it. Okay, it's not just in one direction. These people are retarded. I'm sorry, they just never thought beyond the bullshit that they were just told and accepted. You have to really look at it and go, wait a second here. If this is true, I know that if the washing machine is off kilter when it's spinning around with that little bit of water in there, boy, that fucking thing will rock across the room, right?
The thing is they told us these were our great philosophers that were telling about this crap.
Well, that's the whole thing. Philosophy is not
they
science.
must have been the stupidest philosophers on the planet. They never thought beyond one little tiny aspect of it all.
Well, that's why that motherfucker got run out of Egypt in the first place. He went to Greece. Pythagoras.
Right.
Crackpot motherfucker walking around talking about this nonsense and shit. And people say, get the fuck out of here. You ain't gonna listen to that dumb shit. Oh yeah, so this is kind of
and now they're touted as the most intelligent people.
Well, I know, right? And it's all the same thing that the wizard did with the fucking scarecrow, right? Here's a piece of paper. You're smart. Congratulations. Okay, cool. I'm smart now. Good. Oh my God. It doesn't take much. You can get people to go charge toward, life-threatening situations merely by promise of giving them a little medal with a ribbon hooked onto it. Ooh.
And a paycheck. Don't forget that bribe money. It is bribe. It is a bribe. No one should fight another man's battle. That's kind of stupid. You wouldn't call up your friend and go, "Hey, Nick Bolt's picking on me. Will you go beat him up for me, please?
Right,
I'll pay you." But the government does that. What the fuck? Where are people's brains?
Look, did you see this? Is LA? It's getting really bad. Look at these homeless shelters. Can you see those, Dreamy?
Yeah.
Look at that one on the left.
The bankers and everybody that.
You see what that is?
Uh-huh.
That's the fucking lunar lander. It's a tweaker house, man. That's what it looks like. It looks like a tweaker shed, man. People believe that thing actually went to the fucking moon. What is this girl talking about? Hold on a second here. Oh, yeah, that's rough too. Let me show you this thing.
Hey guys, we're going to be showing you the shrinking mill today in Port Colborne,
Yeah,
and this is a mystery in Canada, Ontario that no one really knows how it works, so let's go. So just keep your eye on that big building back there and watch the size of it as we get closer and closer.
See that building in the back? Right off the foreground.
Now normally when you drive closer to something, wouldn't you think it gets bigger?
Yeah.
But in this case, it shrinks, hence the word the shrinking mill. But watch as you get super duper close.
Dude, that would trip me out, man.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. Look how small it is. And we were all the way back down that hill, and no one even knows how that works. It's tiny. Hey guys, we're gonna be showing you the
nuts, man. Anybody on Ontario ever hear of this thing? Shrinking mill. Chilling knows about this thing.
Very interesting.
It is. I'm gonna have to go up and see that, man.
Where's that at?
Up in Ontario, someplace.
Beating that dude.
Oh yeah, this is pretty good. This is a game that these people play. This is I like looking into other cultures. This is a pretty cool game. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it.
I turn, man.
You're gonna miss it.
Oh fuck, man!
I guess
Get the fuck out.
I guess he won.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Oh, he won. Caught the tree. He got the medal. This is kind of wild. Look what Madonna almost slipped up and said. This is kind of screwy.
I'm giving birth right now, so I'm a little bit grumpy. little bit country, kind of slightly in pain. I really need a drip of some sort. I need a drip. Can you guys give me a drip?
A drip. She almost said adrenochrome. I realized she was on camera.
What's adrenochrome?
Oh, you're way late to the party if you're asking me what that is. No, I'll tell you about it later here in a minute. You need to watch my show more. Oh, let me see. I think that's about all I had tonight. I just mainly wanted to go live, wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and to see what Tommy. Let's go over and see if Tommy is still running his gig. Anyway, I'm just curious about
Has he been crying?
Probably. He was really trying to float his shit by us. Let me see. Is that it? Oh, wow. It's way down here. Hang on. There we go. All right.
At most, because he's so hung up on his own bullshit, he can't add spear to it. What?
I'm gonna put at most.
I do threaten the ones I love that they're fucking up, either for themselves or fucking up in a way that they will digress my support or my alignment, my giving a shit. And I mean, that's well before I'm ever saying, hey.
With me, that makes 16.
I don't. It's a very rare time that I would find a need for violence without violence coming at me. That's why I know I never said I would hunt down and kill two men just simply over shape debate. That's ridiculous. I doubt you could find me saying a thing that could be relatable to, like, yeah, he says this all the time in this way. Why not? Would he not? I mean, if I was always saying you wouldn't get in a room with me, and then like, oh, over having sex with your girl, you wouldn't want to get in a room with me, and then eventually it's like, well, I could see if he was mad enough about shape debate, he'd say you probably wouldn't get in a room with him.
He's still raging out. Sounds like he's having fun. Oh yeah, he's still having fucking problems. Anyway, that's all I got tonight. I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thought I'd cover his thing. It didn't turn out to be a whole lot. Fucking. We'll get back into the full spectrum of things tomorrow night with our usual Tuesday night show. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Dreamy, you got any last stuff for us before we go tonight?
Just Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
All right, you cuddle up with that little keeper.
Oh, I
and keep warm.
Oh, he loves it outside because he's so woolly.
Oh yeah. He probably don't mind it none.
No,
Ian is still alive too. Oh my God.
But yeah, thanks for being on. Nice talking to you again.
Right on, babe. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
All right, Drake, you got anything for us before we go?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Really, I think we've got to raise our game. These parasites are they're on track to do what they say they're going to do. We've got to stop talking about bullshit so much and let's look for some way of combating them. Instead of being reactive, I believe we've got to be a bit proactive. Anyway, I
think in a way, you're right, Drake, but I think also in a way, though, when they're great sounding board when they say they're dumb shit. So that you can say, okay, here's why what he just said, this assumption that most of the globe people have, or most of the people in this belief have, here's why that's not true. Here's why that doesn't hold water or what have you. And I think it's in the minds of the listener. But when they're just raging out there, they don't have anything. They're done, So I want to thank you for coming on too, Drake. That's good to see you. Enjoy the rest of your warm day down there while the rest of us up here kind of huddle up and try to stay warm. And
thank you very much, Dave.
All right,
all
brother.
the best. All the best to you and your viewers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And like I say, everybody, come on back tomorrow night. We'll be here ready to do our thing once again, get more on track of what we talk about here mostly. And like I said, thanks for coming. Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. And see your doctor and fire his ass because he'll probably kill you. Right on. Good night.